August 10th, 2011, Design Review Board, Radnor Township. We have as full a docket as I can ever recall, 16 applicants. So we will try to plow through this, do our best to make it go fast. We'd ask you to turn off your cell phones, although if you want to text the end of the Phillies game to 610-324-9535, you can.
And then let me know
And
what
if you're
happened.
talking, talk to the microphone there, or if you want to talk in this, we can do that too. If you have drawings, put them on the table. There's a camera in the sky, and there are millions of people watching out there on television tonight. Okay, so we have, we'll start with two AT&T telecommunication antennas. The first is DRB-11-40. This is 555 Sproul Road in Villanova. For telecommunications antenna. Is AT&T here? Hi, good evening.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good evening. My name is Christopher Schubert. I'm here tonight on behalf of both the applications for AT&T, and I do have some drawings I can put up, and hopefully the board members have received the additional packets when the original application was filed. I don't know how clear this is going to be.
This first one, this is Radnor Valley Country Club, correct?
Correct. This is an existing tree pole that's at the Radnor Valley Country Club, and essentially what AT&T is proposing, very simple, it's a swap out of antennas. This is to facilitate the development of what is known as, and you've probably heard this, the 4G technology, which is enhanced mobile communications. And AT&T is in the process of upgrading all their sites throughout the Philadelphia market. These two sites are examples of that. And essentially all AT&T is doing is taking three antennas, swapping out those antennas for three replacement antennas that are a little bit higher capacity antennas, a little bit more state-of-the-art. They're adding some additional ancillary equipment on the antenna pole mounts themselves. Those pieces of equipment are essentially the size of shoe boxes. They would be attached. They're known as remote radio heads, and they provide enhancement in the signal and processing of the data that goes through the signals through the cables. And they will also then be installing enhanced radio equipment within the existing shelter that's at the base of the facility. Everything will be inside the existing shelter. There won't be any changes to the exterior of the shelter itself. They're all contained within the site plans. And the board would also like to see what the tree pole itself looks like. That's a shot of the tree pole, and it's fairly difficult to see at the country club.
So there's basically two components. The piece that's within the fenced-in area, no one's going to ever see anyway.
Correct.
Correct? Unless you're in that. The arrays that are on the pole, 3 for 3, are they physically any different than the others? Bigger?
These antennas are
bright red?
slightly bigger. I believe the existing antennas are about 4 feet in height or 5 feet in height. The replacement antennas are going to be about 6 feet in height.
Okay.
But this one's not disguised to look like a tree.
It's going to be contained on the same array within the tree.
It's just 3 new of those rectangular boxes within the tree.
I guess that's why I only get one bar in my AT&T.
Yeah, we won't go there. Okay, so on the array that's on the tree, of which there must be 24 of these, whatever you call them, they're 30% larger than 3 of the ones that are currently there.
Yeah, however the math works out, right. Again, going from 5 feet up to 6 feet.
And this pole is pretty far back from Sproul Road, is our
Yes, this is almost to the center of the golf course area.
So it's
Where the clubhouse is located, there's a parking area that's there, and it's off the side of the parking area.
Mm-hmm. I've never seen it other
I
than in
haven't-
photographs.
I even thought, where is it? I'm surprised, yeah.
Are you guys?
Look at it. Yeah.
Okay, I think we're good with it.
I have no problem with it, except if it's a tree, I'd like to see some birds in the trees.
Probably are.
Well, we welcome the birds if they choose to nest there. That would be fine.
Okay. All right, so can we have a motion then?
Sure. I'll give you one.
Yep.
In the matter of DRB 1140, I move that we accept the proposal as presented by AT&T for 555 Sproul Road.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in
Second.
favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll go right to DRB-11-41, which is also AT&T Mobility Corporation, 201 King of Prussia Road, for 3 more antennas, which now we're getting into my neighborhood, so I want bars.
Yes, and this is right down the road, 201 King of Prussia Road in Wayne. This is a rooftop installation, and again, essentially the same type of proposal. It's a swap out of 3 antennas for 3 antennas. These antennas are a little bit larger, again, than what is there existing. These antennas are up to 8 feet in height, but as I understand it, are no higher than some of the other existing antennas that are up there by some of the other providers. I think T-Mobile's antennas are higher
Are they?
than the AT&T antennas that are on the penthouse extension on this rooftop.
This is the Chilton, what we would call the Chilton.
So on some of these antennas that I can see on the top of the building, might some of those be 8 to 10 feet? The ones that are visible
They
in the
could
shot?
be, and they could also be placed higher. I know that some of the antennas, if you see on, and here, let me actually put this up, this will be a little bit clearer. That's a shot of a bird's eye view of the office building itself and the rooftop, and you can see on the top of that building there is a penthouse extension that's kind of a white extension that's approximately 8 feet in height that extends above the existing principal roof line. And the AT&T antennas that are existing are on the side of that pen. There are other antennas that are up on top of that pen, which are,
Which side are you on?
So are you going to be on top, or?
we will be on the side. We'll
Do you know
stay
which
at the
side
same
you're on
location.
current- Same location, is that west
Same
or east?
location. Well, we have antennas that are pointing to the north, to the west, and also to the south.
But
There are 3
physically on the
sectors.
penthouse, you're on the west or the east, you know?
On the southern side of it, so the front side of the, if you're looking at that shot, it would be on the front side of that. Also on the other side, nearest the railroad tracks, and then over on the western side, on the
Okay.
left.
All right.
I guess you can enlighten me. It seems that all the telephone services all want their own antennas. Is there any way to get together and use one antenna?
All be friends? I don't think so.
Well, about the best they,
That's not the American way.
about the best they can do, because they all have slightly different technology and they use slightly different frequencies. If they all use the same antennas, essentially they'd be combined with using the same frequencies, and that would not foster any real competition. So about the best they can do is to share space on existing structures, whether it be a tower, a rooftop, a water tank. And that's what we're doing in this particular location.
At least they're all clumped together.
Right.
Sort of.
Yeah, on the
Okay.
tree. Okay.
Color-wise, you'll try to keep what you have now?
Exactly.
Okay.
That's it.
So I'm getting the feeling it's really going to look pretty much like it does right now. I'm not,
Bit
going to
bigger.
be able to distinguish yours from the other whatever. And you're adjacent to this, this white
Yes,
structure on top of
we're
the
on
building?
the
You're not
front
on
side of
top of
that.
it, but you're in front of it. So
Correct.
yours really, the ones that extend up from there are the ones that we see. And even,
Correct.
like, from the railroad track side, I wouldn't think that you can see it, right? Well, maybe if
wouldn't
you're on the
think.
train going through town, but,
No.
Very briefly.
yeah. So, yeah,
You okay?
I'm good.
You guys okay?
Yeah, fine.
Okay. Can we have a motion?
I might as well get it all done. The simple motions are mine.
Thanks.
In the matter of DRB 1141, I move that we accept the proposal as presented for 201 King of Prussia Road.
Is there a second?
Second?
All in
Second.
favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks a lot. Okay, so that brings us to DRB-11-38. This is the kebab factory at 157 Garrett Avenue in Rosemont for 1 wall sign. Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Bharat Luthra, owner of the kebab factory. My sign guy was supposed to come, but he didn't come.
He's not here?
But you have the plans in
Yes.
front of you.
Okay. Can I ask you one thing?
Yes, please.
because you guys didn't come last month. It'd be
Right.
different than last month, or is it the same?
No, this is not the one which is, you have the
Current
later
is the
one.
latest,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
And then second of all, tell us about the kebab factory,
yes.
because we're on TV to millions of people, so.
Or
Are you open?
At least 10 or 12 or whatever.
Yeah, at least
You're
my
open,
daughter's
right?
watching, so.
Yes, we are open and, I mean,
Since
we
you're a
had,
factory, do you make kebabs for other people, or do you just make them for yourself?
we
Okay,
make
don't pick,
kebabs to serve everyone.
What do you serve?
It's like Persian, Middle Eastern, and Indian kebabs. Okay, it's from lamb, beef, and chicken.
Good.
Okay, and we had an Indian restaurant in Ardmore for 15 years.
Which
what was that called?
Khajuraho
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
in Ardmore Plaza.
Oh, yeah. Great.
And we always were looking for a liquor license to serve, signature cocktails and wide selection of wines. So
Good.
when we got this opportunity, we moved to this area.
Oh, so you don't have Kujiharu anymore?
No, we
Did it
left
close?
that one and we moved here.
Oh, good. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Good luck.
Okay, and so one of the sketches with you, the other sketches, which is actually on the corner of Conestoga and Garrett Hill, there is a sign up there, which in the middle it said Brothers Pano.
Yep.
Yes.
But I want to just cover that Brothers Pano with the kebab factory.
Wait a minute. I'm a little
You should not, I don't think you have that.
Yeah, I don't think
Okay,
we do have it in
no.
our package.
Now, okay, so
I
This
that's,
is
have
on the
these copies.
angle corner.
Yeah, in the corner, it's hanging up.
is it a projecting sign? Does it stick out from the
Yes.
Now,
building?
remember
Yeah,
the
from the
corner's
building.
cut off at 45 degrees?
Yeah. Oh, right.
We don't have a plan, but you know how the
Yeah,
corner's
Yeah.
cut off?
Well, they're on two streets, they're on Conestoga. and-
Well,
It's not a
the
right
building's
angle.
like this, and then
Yeah.
there's a little
Yeah,
45-degree
little-
section.
Little piece hanging out, whether in the middle says Brothers Pano,
Yeah.
but now I'm just going to cover that Brothers Pano to show
you're
the
not-
kebab
Oh,
factory.
are
But
you
you're
near-
not saying Garrett Hill Beer Garden, are you?
Are you keeping
Yeah, I'm keeping the same Garrett Hill Beer Garden. Before it said Garrett Hill Beer Garden, Brothers Pano in the middle.
And
Huh.
what are the two signs? The old one is what? Do you know what it's made of?
It's foam.
And is
I'm
yours
keeping the
foam?
same sign on, only covering the middle. Brothers,
It's the same foam.
yeah, same sign. I'm just covering the middle.
Boy, I wish we had that. in our
So
packet.
in this picture, the brown strip extends beyond the circle, right? Yeah.
No, it's
Oh, okay.
it
This
fits
is
exactly. Where in the middle there
Okay.
is a strip.
Yeah.
It's going to just cover that strip.
it's going to be laid on top of it. It's going to
Yes.
have a little 3 dimensions
Right.
because it's going to stand out
Right.
from the.
Yeah, because my other sign, the long sign I'm putting on Conestoga Road
Yeah.
side, so there's no visibility on the other side. So
Mm-hmm.
at least this corner sign gives visibility on both sides.
Okay.
So you're going to go with the Garrett Hill Beer Garden, the kebab factory.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Yeah, and your sign guy's not here, unfortunately.
Which
For
of the
me
signs?
personally,
I see 3 signs here.
Yeah.
well, he's just starting on the first one. You know how the property fronts Conestoga and Garrett Hill?
Mhm.
And then there's a little 45-degree corner cut off,
Right.
and that's where this sign is.
Well, it's almost like your entranceway, foyer type area.
I think it is.
Right.
It's made of 2-inch thick foam,
Yes.
To me, who's doing this? Science by Tomorrow?
signed by tomorrow.
And they do
Oh,
some pretty
right.
nice signs.
I know them.
To me, when I look at this drawing,
Yeah.
I completely don't like it. It looks like somebody made a poster and they put it over an old sign. If it were integrated better, so for instance, he has a gold outline
Yeah, gold
around the
outline
old.
with the black.
Yours doesn't have a gold outline.
No,
He has the
letters will
scroll.
be gold and the black. The color will match exactly the sign which is existing.
So
It's
he's
only
going to
the
do.
picture right now because the picture, he put the board behind this strip.
I understand that, but let's put it this way. His sign is rather, for lack of a better word, baroque. It's
It's
very
like Old English pub.
Yeah.
floral and exuberant, and yours is just boom, rectangle. To me, they don't integrate very well at all.
Okay.
Did he ever try to design you a new sign? Because the
This
the
is our
cost of-
logo, so that's why he put our logo there. If you see my other sign, which you have,
I know, your
Yeah.
red
Yeah.
sign, and we'll get to
So-
that in just a second. To me, if you're going to put the kebab factory in that sign,
I think it should match
it needs to be
typefaces.
integrated better. I don't like the
Okay.
fact that there's a rectangular sign superimposed upon this other thing.
It looks makeshift.
And it's not a money thing, because
No.
I guarantee you, he could do the same sign for you. It could have Beer Garden, it could have Garrett Hill, and we could like it, and it would cost the same. It just looks very ad hoc to me.
So, question for you. What he's got on there, the Kebab Factory, those are applique letters, vinyl letters on the foam.
No,
Whereas
not,
the sign behind, the letters are carved
It
away.
will be on a PVC,
Right.
yeah, and the
The
letters
letters
on
are just,
PVC.
like, you know how
Yes.
this one, Beer Garden and.
Yeah, they are
Garrett
like
Hill,
engraved.
they're carved away,
Yes,
yes.
yeah.
And I know it's a little bit more to do
Yes,
that, because
yeah.
actually I have them quoting a sign for me.
Uh-huh.
But maybe you could talk to him about, find out what the price
Sure,
would be.
I can do
But the
that.
other thing is, the Kebab Factory on this sign, you have a completely different typeface and design than you have on your main sign.
It's not this one, it's the other one which you have it. I think this is the old one which
I
you're
think
looking.
this is the one I got out of my packet. You guys have something, what do you have?
No, you have another sign, we understand that.
Oh,
and
no,
we
I was
under-
just saying about
and we
matching
understand
the
that's your
time. What's
logo.
No, she has the other sign.
What do
with
you
her.
have?
Is this the latest?
No,
Here's- This is the one that I got in my
About
packet.
this one.
no. Yeah, that's the one.
Oh,
That is
yeah, I
the
have that
final
too.
sign.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What's that?
I have it somewhere.
I'm
Here,
sorry.
okay. Yeah,
Yes.
that was last month's.
Right.
Oh, I
This is the
Yeah.
latest. And that's
Oh, I'm sorry,
fine.
I have
This is
it
the one I'm going to put
in
it.
the
Okay.
back. Okay.
So I think, I don't want to put words in Cindy's mouth, but
No, now I see.
you have a different typeface,
Yeah.
Kebab Factory, which looks nice and
You
so
have
forth.
three typefaces
Even
on there.
restaurant bar is different here than it is Beer Garden, Garrett Hill. I
Yeah.
think what we're saying is they need to be more integrated.
Okay, I can ask him to make something with the Kebab Factory matching the same, the rest of the sign.
That would be fine.
Yeah.
Do we want
Yeah.
to see it again? That's the
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
And he's not here tonight, or she's not here tonight.
Right,
We would like to see that
sure.
in front of us again.
Okay.
And probably, well, I can't jump ahead, but let's say we was approve your other sign.
Okay,
We would like you to come back, and this just looks too disjunctive. at the
okay,
moment.
that's fine. So I
Okay.
can at least go ahead with the other sign.
Well,
No,
we'll
no,
get to
yeah,
that
we
in
can
just a
talk about
second. Probably, but we don't know.
Okay.
We'll get to that. Okay. So we'll table the corner sign and ask that you come back
Okay.
to us with a
Okay.
revised design, okay?
That's fine.
All right, thank you. And one other thing, while we're at it, before we get to the new sign, your colors in the new sign are the red and the gold.
Yes.
Does it bother you that that corner sign is not red and gold? It's gold and bronze colored.
This one
Is
you
it
mean?
gold and black or bronze?
This is gold and black.
Gold and black. I mean,
Yeah.
you're going to have the two side by
Yeah,
side.
this is, no, this will be in the corner. That other sign
know.
is on the Conestoga Road side.
But you're still going to see them together.
It's not together because it's right, one is one is at this corner.
I know, but if I'm heading east on Conestoga Road,
Right.
I'm going to see this one first,
Yes,
and then I'm going to see the red one here.
yes, yes,
Should this sign, when you go back to him,
right.
you may want to ask him what it would take to make this sign red with gold letters.
Okay,
This sign.
yeah, I can.
Just so
ask.
they're integrated
Sure.
better.
No problem, we can
Yeah,
do that.
then you have a kind of a consistent identity, so
Yes.
people think, oh, the red, I know that line, that sign, there's the Kebab Factory. I've
That's
been looking
fine.
for that.
That's fine,
Okay.
we can do that.
But the bottom line is you're looking for 3 wall signs?
Two,
Two.
Two.
You're not, okay.
Nothing
So
on Garrett.
Conestoga, nothing on Garrett, one on
I
the
don't
corner?
think so. Nothing
it's
on
in the,
Garrett.
no,
Right.
it's
Okay.
only on the corner.
Okay, corner and Conestoga?
Yes.
2 signs?
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
Okay. So you'll ask him to come back with a revised corner sign.
Right,
Take into consideration the red.
okay,
Taking Cindy's comment about the engraved versus
Yes.
vinyl.
okay.
And then we'll see that again. And so now we can go to the
What if you
Conestoga
filled
sign.
that oval? You know that circle? What if instead of having this bold strip go across it, you could get the same size Kebab Factory inside the Garrett Hill Beer Garden? And maybe if it was in red, it would pop out a little more.
I think this is what I have to do, because
Yeah.
if I remove this one, if I'm changing it, I would rather do complete new sign,
Oh, yeah.
engraved,
Right.
all engraved in red and gold.
Yeah, see what he
So
says.
that will match my other sign,
Right.
That'd be
Cool.
better.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, the other sign.
Okay, so the other sign is 24 inches high, 192 inches wide. I don't do the math, but I assume we're fine on size, you'd think, Bob, right?
24 by 192, so we've got 2 by, it's about 30 square feet roughly.
30
That's
square
that's
feet.
permissible.
So we should be
I mean,
okay. And I would assume if the sign is 24 inches, the K in kebab is probably 12 at the most,
It looks-
looking at.
Doesn't need to be that big, right on the highway, so. I mean,
Well, we
12
can
probably
allow
adequate, yeah, 12's adequate.
Because the other letters are small.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we have to look at the size and so forth.
Okay.
And this sign is vinyl with vinyl applied letters, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
the letters are like 10 mil thick, so the letters are stuck to the vinyl sheet. You know.
Okay. I mean, I don't see anything from the code standpoint that I think this is fine. Design-wise, you know, I mean,
Well, design-wise, I think, I kind of feel the same way, that the and factory are in one typeface, kebab is another, and restaurant and bar are another. It would be nice to have a little more consistency, like maybe the factory, restaurant, and bar could be all in one typeface, and kebab could, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about that. It just, it's a
You know,
little
this
busy.
is our logo. That's the only thing, because
Is
in
it?
my
The kebab,
business
yes.
cards and
It's
in
the kebab,
everywhere,
yeah.
the kebab factory
Yeah,
and restaurant and bar is written in the same way.
it's always restaurant and bars done the same way?
Yeah, it's done in the same way.
Well,
So
okay.
then okay.
I guess
Is this
what we're
him? Here he
saying
is.
We'll see you next
No,
month.
it's Dennis, I'm sorry.
right.
Okay.
So-
Just, I'm going to backtrack a little bit.
Sure.
Your whole project. You're taking over for Brother Spano, correct?
Right.
And you actually painted the outside of the building, correct? Or not?
No, I'm not painting the building.
It's not, so Spano maybe painted it beforehand.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
they
Okay.
painted before.
Right now, I went by there, it doesn't look like you have any signage up, correct?
No,
And I don't think this is up, is it?
no, it's not. Nothing is up there right now.
Neither-
We just have a banner there.
Right, okay. So
Temporary banner.
this one you want to kind of retrofit, that's taken down and it's
Yes.
stored somewhere, okay.
Yes.
All right, so, all right.
I mean, if you took the black, just an idea, if you took the black and painted it your burgundy or red,
Hmm.
kept the gold lettering and took the center
Right.
and maybe put a new plaque in the middle of that with Kebab Factory, that might work.
Yeah, he's going to bring us back then, so
Sorry.
we're
You're
good
saying
on
to
that.
cut it like that.
We're on the,
Yeah,
we're on the
we'll
other,
deal with
we're
that
on the
next
other
month.
wall
Okay.
now.
But the wall sign seems to meet the standards.
Okay.
It's vinyl, I mean, it'd be nice as car, but we can't require you to do that.
Mhm.
I don't remember what Brother Spano had there, but
I don't
it's
remember.
filling the space between the awning and the underside of that
Yeah.
fascia. He'll know the drill, and you can't have exposed fasteners and blah, blah, blah. So I don't see any.
Okay, the lighting, existing lighting, you're going to use that?
Yes.
Are you going to
The
paint the
goose
hoods?
lamps that they.
The goosenecks you're going to keep them just as they are? Are you going to paint?
As is.
Okay.
Yeah.
The one awning, it looks like you tried to blot out the brother's name on there,
Yes,
but it's
yes.
bleeding through.
Yeah.
Are you going to change that front panel?
No, he's told me that he will completely paint it red, so it won't be visible now. This is temporarily, we covered that brother part, but he's going to paint it again on top of it, so
You're
it will be all black.
All black,
All
okay.
black?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you see it bleeding through? I must be
You
looking.
drove by?
Yeah,
saw it?
yeah, you can
Oh,
see it.
okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's in one of his photographs. You know,
Okay.
it's real
Yeah.
bright, you can tell it's been
All right,
doctored up a little
I
bit.
think we're gonna move on.
okay.
Okay. Okay.
And then there's no other signage in the
No.
windows or,
No other signage.
because there was
I
that
have
mural
a
on the side. and we-
temporary banner, which I'll remove it once that sign is done.
I think the banner, the mural was painted out. Yeah, okay.
Okay. There's a back door. Is there a separate business in the back?
No.
No.
Because there's a sign hanging up near
It's
the back door.
actually, it's a beer, you know, that one kind of beer, their sign is hanging, so I asked him to remove that.
Oh,
All
It's
the way
the
in the
name
back?
of the beer.
to the little back parking lot.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, there
I
is a,
should-
there is a sign, it says Chimay.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a brand
Right,
of
that's
beer?
the name, that's a particular beer type. you
Oh,
know.
okay. That shows you
It's
what I
not
know.
Indian
It's-
beer.
No, it's not
Okay.
Indian.
All right, I thought it was
I
a
have
business
Taj
of
Mahal
some
there.
sort. Okay. All right. And you know what? We've had this restaurant come back probably 4 times in the last 15 years I've been on the board. And we've always asked the applicant to fence in the dumpsters. The
Yes.
dumpsters are just kind of floating out there. They're not attractive or anything like that. And we've
I'm
always
gonna
asked-
lock them. Now the new dumpsters are locked.
Okay, well, they need to be fenced in. They need to be
Oh, yikes.
kind of hidden from the public's eye.
Okay.
All right?
Where are they?
They're all the way
A
in
little
the
back parking lot.
right
On Conestoga-
corner.
On Conestoga Road?
No,
That-
Garrett, there's a little
Garrett?
gravel
Oh.
parking lot.
I mean, the lot's nicely paved. Everything looks pretty
No,
good.
It's
Oh,
the
it's
problem
okay.
is with the, when the dumpster, the truck comes, you know, we ask them, initially, if we can fence them, and they said that, they need to pick it up. They say
Right.
if you fence it, there is no way they can pick it up,
They can open a fence.
Then it's why if some car is standing there,
Yeah.
then, when if any car is there, then he has to come inside to ask us to move the cars
Are they against the building or are they against the back fence?
against the
toward
back
neighbor?
fence.
Could they at least put side fence facing Garrett, so at least as I'm driving by, I don't see it?
Isn't that where they access? Do they access it?
No,
off
they
the-
turn, oh, I don't know, maybe you're right.
If this is Garrett, this is
Oh.
the back fence, those dumpsters are there, and he comes back
Backs up.
and
off
backs
of
up and
Garrett.
then picks up the. So if there is any kind of fence,
Yeah.
he has to open that fence.
Yeah.
And if any car is standing on both sides, we have parking, then he cannot open the gate.
Yeah.
Then he has to come inside, ask the person to move the car, so he can
Yeah, I
pick up the
understand.
dumpsters. I understand, I asked him particularly because I wanted to hide them,
Oh, okay.
but
Okay.
because of these problems,
Let's recommend, quote unquote.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Anything else? You ready to move on?
I'm ready to move.
I'm sorry?
Anything else?
No, I think I've covered enough.
Can you make a motion?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Cindy?
Besides this,
I'm
I
not making
can
the
promise
motion.
that you,
Yes.
it will not be a nuisance bar.
Oh, no,
It
no,
will
no.
be an excellent restaurant.
No,
We
no,
are-
no, you're right, you won't be a
No,
dive
not
bar.
kebab.
I'm coming. Okay, let's have a motion.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion on DRB 11-38, the application of a kebab factory at 157 Garrett Avenue in Rosemont. We will approve the wall sign, which will be along Conestoga Road, with blind fasteners and existing lighting with the gooseneck lights overhead.
Okay,
The oval sign, which would go over the 45-degree angle part of the building, will come back next month for further review.
yes,
We will suggest that it be in red in color to match existing signs that are going to go up.
okay,
We'll ask the applicant to take down the beer sign in the back of the building.
Yeah.
And we'll also ask the applicant to look into fencing in the dumpsters and
We just recommend.
recommend. And any other signage or lighting will come back next month
okay,
with the other sign they're going to
Okay.
look into.
okay.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, great, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Good luck,
Thank you.
too.
Good
I'm
luck.
sorry.
Can I make a comment?
Sure. I think citizen comment?
Yes. I'm Sarah Pilling, and I live on Garrett Avenue, and I want to say how wonderful it is to have the kebab factory in Garrett Hill, down one college bar, up one restaurant. As to the dumpsters, Aunt Nellie's is much worse than the
really?
kebab factory. Theirs is tucked back. Aunt Nellie's sits right out on the sidewalk, and there's no way that these trash companies will accept any kind of fencing. They're
Yeah.
in and they're out.
Well, they do. Certain, this is a tight spot.
It's very
Aunt
tight,
Nellie's
and
would be
Aunt Nellie's
ridiculously
is
tight.
impossible, but when he went to
Right.
zoning, he agreed that he'd have his trash removed twice a week, and that's not happening.
Right.
So those boxes sit out there. As a resident of Garrett Hill who walks the street, because we have a community garden around the corner, their dumpsters don't bother us at
Oh,
all.
good, okay.
Because they're way back in the very
Yeah.
back of the parking lot.
Right.
But I just wanted to say how great it is to have them there. You can walk up for
Yeah,
dinner and
usually I
walk home.
cringe when public comment comes. Thank you.
I know, I'm so glad that you came forward and said something. I
Well,
think everybody appreciates the
I
positive
want it to be a
remarks, yeah.
success, and the neighborhood is
That would be
accepting
great for
it
the
well.
We
Oh,
like
great.
to know there's harmony in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
You mean it's about time?
Great, thanks.
Thank you.
Sarah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. Okay, so that brings us to DRB-11-42. This is Paramore at the Wayne Hotel, 139 East Lancaster Avenue, for 2 ground signs and 1
Oh, hi,
wall
Joe.
sign. Good evening.
Exciting. Exciting.
Evening.
Good evening.
This is the new restaurant going into the Wayne Hotel property. And probably the first page, I gave you a copy to show you what is existing on the property. And to kind of start, I'll just start with the Lancaster Avenue ground sign. You can see in the corner, we have the existing Wayne Hotel sign there now, and then we put up what's turned into more than a temporary sign, just kind of advertising. If you remember, we were closed for about 2 months last year.
Right.
Just that the building didn't close down and there were still hotel rooms there. What we're proposing to do is replicate the existing Wayne Hotel sign, just change the colors. What I've shown in the proposal, it's got like a light beige, light gold background. The letters Wayne Hotel, they're 8 inches tall. They will be routed into the sign. The pineapple symbol, that is also carved into the sign. And it matches the existing size that we have there now. It actually go into the same exact spot. Below that will be the Paramore sign. Those letters will be raised about a 1/2 inch. The face of them will be brushed aluminum. There'll be some type of backing to it that gives it that raised appearance. It'll be like an individually applied letter to that back panel. The background color will be chocolate brown, and we will repaint the existing post the chocolate brown to kind of match that color.
Nice.
The name Paramore certainly enhances the hotel image. I think that's
So this must mean you have a new chef and a menu ready to go?
Yes.
Don't you want to share with the public?
Opening date, it should be about September 12th. So
And what's the menu like?
I've been
French?
told, no, it is modern American cuisine. I've seen a draft, but I couldn't tell you what it looks like today.
That sounds good, modern American cuisine, right?
Is Paramore owned by the Wayne Hotel, or they're a tenant too?
We own it and operate it.
Okay.
Joe, are these posts already there?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's already, you're just changing the existing, okay.
Correct. And it's pretty much the same size. It's the same size for the Wayne Hotel. The only thing that you do see in the drawing, the Paramore sign is a little bit high that'll actually go down just, it won't be tight to the underside of the Wayne Hotel.
Little space?
Yes.
Joe, question. Both of these logos are very attractive. They really look nice. But you've been through this drill before with us on monument signs where we like to have similar colored backgrounds and letters and so forth and so on. So it's kind of curious to me that Wayne Hotel went from a dark green background with white letters to the opposite of that, and then Paramore is more like the old Wayne Hotel. Just the sense that the two of them are kind of contrasty. Is there a reason for that? Or the reason we couldn't do them the same?
Trying to also call out the two different operations there as you're driving through. If you do remember, the last tenant there was Take, and that background was white. And then he had his letters, the JT was their logo,
Right.
and then really had the Take spelled out. So we try to keep the mix of the two different colors going rather than, I tend to think if you can argue every which way, I guess. When they do get more consistent, I think they become more of a function of your surroundings and at times get lost. So this way, at least, we kind of have a contrast in the signs and draw a little more attention to the signs themselves. And they are two completely different operations.
No, I understand that. And I would argue, and I'm not I am a business person, but more from a design standpoint, that there's such different typefaces that you'd get that anyway, in the same sense that we pigeonholed some people in St. David's Square to, where there was a national chain, Bed Bath & Beyond. That may not be their logo colors, but that works perfectly well in there. I'm not going to bust your chops over that, but
I don't know.
Also remember,
no, that's fine. And the other question, but if we do, and it's less, and we just went through this with the detailing place. I mean, it's less disjunctive when there's two than, say, when there's four, like up at
and what you don't see in this
South
perspective
Moon Under. I understand.
is the Lancaster side.
Yeah.
I
Where,
think it's really generally
Yeah.
improved,
What's the Lancaster side? What do you mean?
well, you have a wall that's about 36 to 42 inches high.
Right.
So we're kind of fighting the
yeah.
environment in front of us.
Yep.
of trying to get that signage. It's set back a little bit. Sometimes the cars are blocking it, so you're battling a lot of different elements there.
I see what Jim was saying. Even if, and I'm not suggesting you do this necessarily, but if Wayne Hotel was the same brown background, the letters were, or if the Pineapple was the brown, it was a little bit tie the two together while keeping them separate entities. But I understand you have a logo, you have a corporate identity program going.
And if the colors match part of the color scheme inside the restaurant, if you walk through one space and the other space, they're not meant to be complementary.
Okay.
So
Okay, got it.
Did TAC, this has nothing to do with our purview, but did TAC just say TAC or did it say TAC Restaurant?
I was wondering, how do you know what
Yeah,
Paramore is?
how do you
I'm
know
thinking
Paramore is not a
for a new
lingerie
person
store?
going through town? Okay, now
You
you've
probably
gone out
don't.
there.
No, I don't believe there was the restaurant part on Take.
I don't remember.
So people they figured it out.
All right.
I think that's more up to the marketing department.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, it's neither here nor there for us, but okay.
You know, the one thing is the size and height.
Is the height, I thought
height
it was
is-
8 feet?
Oh, so it's
Well,
38.
you're actually at 9, it looks like, Joe.
Yeah.
Yes.
So 9 is technically a pole sign, which
Yeah.
is 25 square feet or under, and this is coming in at 32 square feet,
What's a ground sign?
30. 8 feet and under, 30 square feet for a ground sign. 8 feet and over, you're down to 25 square feet. So you're running at 32 square feet.
You're keeping the existing post?
Yes.
I was kind of wondering how it got by all this
Approved
time.
before.
Yeah,
I don't know.
or Les Taquet's panel was smaller,
No.
Well, let's think about that.
yeah. But if you look at the top there, there's the
Yeah.
I was
dimensions.
just looking for my sign.
I know you're in a tough spot there with that wall.
Yeah.
So I know it has to float a little higher than a lot of signs.
I mean, we've gotten into this argument before in terms of, well, none of these are architectural elements because they're not on the building, but if I use the squint test,
Mhm. I know. Just
the
technically.
letters are probably 16 square feet between the two signs. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? The rest is
Blank.
panel.
Sure.
So in that sense, it doesn't strike me as egregious by any sense of the imagination.
Mhm.
The 9 feet, though, it was always 9 feet, Joe?
Yes. And that's I believe, the top of the post, so.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
yes.
that's why I
Because
asked
your
if this
arrow,
was
your
a-
red arrow goes to the top of Wayne Hotel.
So you mean to the top of the ball? You think it's 9 feet?
I would be
I'm
willing
pretty
to-
sure it's to the top of the post. I don't think, it would have been hard for me to hook that ball to measure.
I have to believe
Say it's a foot.
the old signs came through this board,
They had to.
either for us or
Sure.
Tony back in your
Sure.
dinosaur days.
I mean,
Right?
considering the location, I think it's fine the way it is.
Yeah.
I think it's okay.
Yeah, and it's
I appreciate it.
Right, oh, yeah,
So let's consider it a
No, I think
monument,
it's
let's
fine.
consider it a monument sign.
exactly. It's got the obstruction
Okay.
of the wall, so.
All right.
We need to work around that.
True. Okay, what other comments people have?
I'm good with it.
Other comments, Bob?
No,
How
I think
about
it's
lighting,
fine.
Joe?
There is an existing light, you can probably barely see it on there. I don't have an answer to the lighting, either that will stay or as an alternative. They do make, on the rear sign, you can see off the back of it, they do make an 8-foot lineal fluorescent light. We're looking to see if that application will work on this sign, that we would then put off that bottom where you can
You're
see.
saying the one that's shown on this sign?
No, on
On
the rear sign. You can see,
Oh, on the wall sign?
On the
yeah,
wall.
the rear wall sign.
Oh, wait, I've got.
Like they have a
Oh, a linear, okay, got it.
8-foot. The thought was, and I'm still waiting here from the electrician, if they would be able to mount that to the post at the bottom
And uplight it.
and uplight them, yes.
I would be-
So
I would be
that's what
okay.
you're doing over the door too, is that right? That's going to
Correct.
be lit a little
Yes.
from behind?
Yep.
Okay. All right. And that's what you'd like to get on the wall, right? Oh, the wall is going to happen is that
No, I
happening on
think-
the wall also?
Oh, yes,
Okay, so you'd like to see that on this,
on the
He doesn't
bottom of
know,
that.
he's saying
if
either,
if you can accomplish
Yes.
it? Got it.
okay, I'm personally okay with either.
Yeah.
Either the existing or that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so the ground signs.
All right, so the ground
So ground
sign was
sign.
passed. So
As-
then we have a sign,
As you work around the
Over the
Waynwood
porch.
Avenue sign,
yep,
you have another ground sign that
Yep.
used to be for Takei.
yep,
There, we're just going to skin that existing sign,
okay,
match the color. It's an aluminum backing, but again, it's the individual, I think, face cutout letter. It's a half-inch deep with the brushed aluminum face.
I was
okay,
gonna say.
And that's actually two-sided.
yep,
You
Good.
don't-
that looks fine.
Sounds nice.
And then
And then
paint
over the
paint the
door?
existing post. Over the door, you have a individual channel letter.
That it's on this side.
The only thing that is different that you don't see in here, the background of that will be painted the brown. It's currently painted the green, but we'll go with the brown. And our first choice is to use a red LED as the background light. They are going to come out and give us a test to see how well that looks against the brown. If it looks okay, we'd like to do that. If not, the alternative would be go to a white light.
Okay,
But again, that'll have the brushed aluminum face. And the returns will either be brushed aluminum or painted black so that it doesn't
okay,
make the letters appear kind of running around the side.
all right,
Why
And
the
I think they're
red?
trying to find a new identity, and I think that change is good because it doesn't want to be same old, same old.
Yes.
So I'm all for it. I think it's fine.
It's something different. It kind of goes along with the play on the name. I think the red and the red,
Yeah,
I
you
think
want a new
there's,
identity, and I think it's, I think you've achieved.
some people, the red would creep me out.
Yeah.
They,
It wouldn't keep me from eating there, it would just
no,
like.
no, I generally will
I
also not
usually like
meant to
red,
be-
I usually
You-
like
you
red
guys
light, but
usually
you guys
do a good
some-
job.
It always looks good.
okay, so I'm
All right.
okay with that.
then on the back of the building,
Yep,
just replicating the same size as the front ground signs.
right,
Again, same thing, same size, 2 feet by 8 feet. The individual letters cut out, and the height, that's the existing height. There is one there still for the Wayne Hotel. The Takei one came down. And pretty much, they're just going to mount like a strip, 2 pieces of wood or something on the back, and then you won't see the attachments. It'll
Okay.
be underneath or from above.
and covering any of the old holes or whatever.
Yes.
Okay. You guys all right with that?
Are these lights above that
Yes.
sign?
Yeah, those are
I think it's the same
those
way
8-foot
it's linear.
lineal
Okay, okay.
fluorescents that we're trying to see if we can work on the front.
You okay?
I'm good, I like it, yep.
All right, you guys all right? Tony, motion?
Bob?
I make a motion that we approve DRB 11-42, the application for Paramore at the Wayne Hotel, 139 East Lancaster Avenue, for the signs that were presented tonight. I guess without any changes.
Is there a
Approved
second?
as submitted.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
Okay. So that brings us to number 5. This is DRB-11-43 SoFun Yogurt at 315 East Lancaster Avenue in Wayne for a wall sign, a freestanding sign, an awning, and window signage. Good evening.
Good evening, how you doing? My name's Jim Allen, I'm with Urban Neon Sign Company, we're out of Delaware County, and I'm here representing SoFun Yogurt, a small chain of yogurt stores, just started up. He's got one in Easton, Pennsylvania, he's looking at another one in Plymouth Meeting, and he has this one here in Wayne Square.
Great. Okay, so let's just go through them one by one. I guess
Sure.
the wall sign first, the
Okay.
neon.
The storefront sign are individual channel letters, they're 5 inches deep.
Yeah,
They have plexi faces. They're lit by LED lights. On the face of each letter is a vinyl applique. On the So Fun portion is a Vivid Rose vinyl. And on the yogurt portion is a candy apple green.
this is on the face.
And it's on the face,
How
but
about
that's,
the returns?
the returns are going to be painted the same color.
Okay.
The trim cap's going to stay white.
Painted or vinyl?
On the returns,
Oh, that's vinyl on the face,
vinyl on the face,
translucent,
we're
painted
going
on the,
to,
okay.
right,
gotcha. All
automotive
sorry.
quality paint on
Okay.
the sides of the letters.
Yep, gotcha. And that sign is 24 inches high.
It is, but I'd like to point out that the only thing that's 24 inches is the cup of yogurt,
Mm-hmm.
the letter F, and the exclamation point. The rest are 17 and a half inches tall.
Okay, so now we need to go back and see what we did with Chipotle and Anthony's.
You know, I actually have photos of that.
Pull it out and I forgot.
You might have it. You never know.
I have photos. I don't know what the sizes are, but I do have photos of the existing signs for
Do
Chipotle
you?
and Anthony's. It's right
Can we
there.
see, can I see that, please?
Sure.
I wonder when they opened.
4 months ago, 6 months ago.
Oh, no, it's in the winter I went there, so.
I'm guessing the A logo, the brick oven they have is about 24 inches tall, and the rest of the copy is
That
18 inches. So it's
sounds
we're comparable.
familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember working this out because we were
Yep. We
discussing
wanna be
how
fair
we
to
could be
everybody.
fair to everybody.
Yep.
Looks like Panera's
Yeah.
P, capital P was 20, and then bread was 12.
Oh, you
Okay.
guys just approved Panera
Did last
week?
time.
Okay,
Right.
last
So
month, because I wasn't
20
there.
20 and 12?
For Panera.
All right, and I know last month I pulled out these guys for
Anthony's.
Panera.
Anthony's, no larger, we said no higher A at their discretion, but no larger than presented on the A for Anthony's. No higher than 17 inches, I think, was the rest of Anthony's, and then Coal Fire Pizza had to be
17 on the
justified
ends and
below.
all that, okay.
Yeah, and then, when
So
did
you're,
we-
I'm sorry, you're saying again, 20,
I'm thinking the
24 and what,
and
the
rest were like
lowercase or
18,
what?
18 inches for the lowercase letters, the NTHONYS.
We said 17 on Anthony's?
we said 17 on the
What we
THONY.
say on Panera lowercase?
Panera was 20 and 12.
20 for the P.
Chipotle,
20 on the
Because they had more of a difference.
Chipotle, we approved with some discussion regarding height on wall sign. I didn't,
I mean, I think it's consistent in
Yeah,
size.
it's not out of whack.
Yeah,
yeah.
so you're in the same ballpark.
I mean, yeah. Can I see a picture?
Here's Panera. if you want to take a
The
look.
P was 24, you said?
20 even, and
Is
12
that
on
the
bread.
only
It's on the
sign?
next page, Jim.
No, there's also a small window
He has a
sign,
window sign too.
and then an off-site monument sign.
Anthony's dominates. I wonder if they actually call it what we said. It looks so big.
Yeah.
And I think we said with Chipotle, with the red background, that we
Oh,
kind
right,
of
yeah.
measured that
Yeah.
and
Right.
said, all right, if Chipotle is red as a part of their whole statement.
Yeah.
Yeah, their
doesn't
letter-
stand
gave
out.
Anthony,
So we
yeah,
gave
yeah.
Anthony a little more.
I think their letters were
letters.
about 14 for Chipotle, but the
Chipotle, yeah.
panel was about
Right.
22 inches big.
Yeah, I
So-
have a feeling they're fine.
And
Let me ask you this, I'm sorry. Is there a raceway on this exposed, or are you going through the
No,
wall?
we're going to do these flush mounted directly to the wall.
Terrific.
Yeah, I prefer that better, but.
Great.
Well, that makes it a little less imposing also. You know, you don't have a big background behind it, which,
They cast a shadow sometimes, a big box, and you can't read
Good.
it well from
Yeah.
the street.
No, I
This
like
is
that.
approximately
No, I
a
think that'll
football
look
field
nice.
away from the street, so.
So are you guys okay with the wall sign?
Yeah,
I'm okay with the
All
wall
right.
sign.
Okay, so second in the packet is the awning, which is just a black awning.
Black's umbrella awning, I have a piece sample here. I'm sure you guys have seen Black's umbrella before, but there's a piece of the fabric. It's.
Is that 97% black?
This here? Is that a trick question? The awning's 51 inches tall, 275 inches wide. With
No
a-
text?
No text at all. It's a bistro style, no valance, just
Okay.
straight out. Some of the other awnings that you notice on there are narrow. We brought ours out a little more because the sun comes up there and then it's going to beat down into the frozen yogurt store, which is not a good thing.
I guess we are going to have a little, we're not going to have too much continuity down there as far as awnings then.
But you know what? Because remember when the
But you know,
facade
we
came
asked
in?
for it when we first
I
started.
know,
it,
when the
we-
facade came in, well.
And this
It
one's-
had all
was-
different colored awnings the first time.
He wanted to get a magenta awning, to tell
I
you the
know.
truth,
Who?
and actually the
Client?
landlord shot him down. No, he
Oh.
wanted an
Yeah,
awning
we asked
more
for
of this
that.
color.
Well, maybe the landlord remembers that when this facade came before us, whatever, however long ago, we said no to the, it had multicolored. Every
Right.
awning was a different color.
Right.
Bright blue, bright green. And so we just said we need to go black, and I guess brown
I
was
think
the
they're still
gold,
going to
so-
be different.
Anthony's is black, isn't it? It just looks like it's gray in the photo.
You know what? I tell you the truth,
I
I'm
think
not sure
Anthony's
because
is-
I'm here for the next meeting as well, and we have a gray awning there.
Oh.
But I think it's a black that's kind of
Okay.
starting to go color-wise,
I
fading.
think Panera was
But
striped.
Yeah, Panera had a stripe.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing
That-
city sports too?
I'm on the next one. Yeah.
I miss Panera. You let the stripe go with all the solid awnings?
We did.
Actually, and here's a current
my
photo,
God.
if you need to see it, of the storefront as it is as of yesterday.
Is this this is the yogurt? Okay. we're
This is the
just-
yogurt, yeah, that's
All right.
the blocking and the drive it.
Okay.
Okay, it's-
So I think we're good with the sign, good with the awning. Then you've got a window, suspended,
Yeah, small,
Neon?
correct, a small neon window sign stacked. It's only 15 inches tall by 35 inches wide, exposed neon on a piece of
and
acrylic,
you know the 20% rule, you're under that?
way under, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, that would probably be 15 on that, because of the playing business.
All
Yeah.
And the
So
monument.
15%?
15
But I
on
still
that.
think that's
Yeah,
still
I think it's
smaller.
You
still,
got a
it's
lot of
fine.
bias.
Yeah, it's actually shown on the
Yeah.
elevation. You can see.
Okay.
And there's so much white space around each letter that you would be,
All right.
Yeah, it's,
So I think we're good on that.
No problem.
And then you've got the monument sign.
right, they're just taking the tenant space underneath Anthony's. It's going to be routed out panels, backed up.
Right.
The So Fun yoga portion is the black-white perforated vinyl that looks black during the day, lights up white at
Okay.
night.
Okay.
cool.
I think it looks pretty good. Any comments?
Good.
Questions?
When do you open? When do they open?
They're looking about 6 weeks. It might be sooner than that, but the storefront drive, it's being up now. They have a contractor selected. I don't know if they cut the job loose, but they're looking at probably about 6 weeks.
And do they have a lot of different flavors, or is it like,
You know what? It's really cool. I was just in one not too long ago. It's a self-serve. They only have one kid actually running the cash register. You go in with a cup, you take your product, whatever kind of yogurt, then you put your toppings on, and at the end there's a scale, and you pay what it weighs. So they pretty much have one young kid
Like a world
running
pizza.
the show, and
Oh, is
it's
it?
self-serve.
this is kind of a new thing, the self-serve thing. There are a
Yeah.
couple of them
Yeah, I'm
around,
working with
one
the
in
Kiwi
Paola.
yogurt guy too. He does probably 700 to 900 people a day, and at an average of $4.50 a cup. So he's just
Unbelievable.
constantly buying
The one
cups.
down, there's one in Haverford.
There's one in Haverford. He just opened. Yeah, it's
Is that a chain?
he's got about 8 of them. Yeah. Frozen yogurt's a new thing. Pinkberry,
Yeah.
tutti frutti, mango, red mango. There's tons of them coming out of California, and they're finally
Yeah.
hitting the East Coast. So it's a
Well,
cool
it goes to
concept.
show if you eat 10 pounds of healthy food.
Yeah, the yogurt's good, but by the time you put the toppings on of M&Ms and coconut and chocolate chips, then the fat
You're
value
killing me
goes
here.
Right.
Very hungry. Shall we?
Jim, I guess
forward?
one last thing.
Oh.
I mean, it's on the plan. You know the 15.
We're not going to exceed the
15-foot
15 height rule.
Okay. You're-
And to
you're
me,
right. You're right there.
I think if you look at the other photos there of the other storefronts, that's kind of hurting them a little bit, because to me aesthetically, it's forcing them not to center it in the sign band.
We went through that.
I know,
when
so
they
I-
first- when, you know, when the,
The signs are low compared to what the rest of the sign band looks like.
yeah, we
You know,
went
and
through
that's-
that with the original, I mean, with the developer. Okay,
You ready?
yes.
All right.
DRB 1143, So Fun Yogurt, approved as submitted.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. City Sports, this is DRB-11-44, same address for wall sign, freestanding sign, and 4 awnings.
You look just like the last guy.
My brother.
Is this the far west side?
The extreme left, yes, last tenant
Where
on
the
the left.
Acme was?
Correct.
Gotcha.
I'm actually here representing Barlow's Sign. We're a national sign company. We help each other out in different parts of the country. We have a storefront sign, which is a little different. It actually is a halo-lit channel letter, opaque white. It has a red backer that's a little bit bigger than the sign. So
Yeah.
there's red LEDs, and there's like a red glow that you can see.
Yeah, in this section.
Like, what is City Sports? It's like
They're a
stick-
national chain with about
stick
14
wall or
units.
what?
They're out of, actually, they're big
Small
box. They're out of
place.
Boston. They have about 14 locations, and they're expanding nationally.
It's a health club.
No.
Pretty good store.
Retail.
Yeah,
pretty
retail, clothing, high-end
It's
jogging.
mostly clothing, isn't it? Not baseball bats and,
No,
mitts
yeah,
and
not-
stuff. It's
90% clothing,
yeah.
a little bit of running shoes.
Yep. Is there one in Ardmore? I
There
think-
is.
Suburban
Yep.
Square.
Yeah, 16th and Walnut, there's one.
Yep. I got a few
Okay.
T-shirts.
Yeah, I like the red.
It's really cool. I don't.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Here's a photo. You can see of one they did up in Boston. It's kind of hard to see, but that's one of their applications. Now, there are small rails behind that.
Yeah, we
I
saw
can
that.
see that.
Yeah, it's like a grid.
That looks nice too, I like that.
Yeah, it's really cool. Actually, from an installer standpoint, it's easier to put up, boom, one shot, and then wire it. So that's their look. They're actually 90% of the time have a stacked version, City on top of Sports. But because of this instance with the 15-foot, that would have put us over, so we left it on one line. And their sign's kind of small compared to what they're allowed. It's an 85-foot storefront, and their sign's only,
Yeah.
I don't
And the
know.
letter height is good.
yeah, it's
We
small.
appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
What about the night view? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's
Well, the
black.
letters are
Then-
fine.
Okay, because don't we have everything has to reverse to white at night?
The background.
Okay.
So the
we're
red
okay
is,
to
I
have
would
red
consider
tone.
the red the part of the letters,
Okay, good. Me too.
as long as the back isn't eliminated.
That looks good. that the whole, is that, wait, that's not all you brought.
No, I do have some awnings.
I want to see the awnings.
And then there's the monument sign, it's just like the other one. we
That's
just
right.
approved.
Yeah, and actually, they're getting the top space on that one.
So those,
Ah.
I'm sorry, just to back up, those letters are well within what we just approved. The height, we're assuming, again, is under 15 or close to it. The doors can't be more than 7 feet high. So that looks fine. No raceway, or if it is, it's concealed within that paraphernalia. Oh, and they're a bigger piece on the monument sign
Yeah,
than
they get the
others.
top
They
two
have a big-
panels. We're taking the divider bar out.
Gotcha.
And again, it's black, white, perforated.
Yep,
Look black on the day, white at night.
okay.
And here's a current photo. What it looks like as of yesterday. So they're moving along. I think that they had the blocking in, the dense board, and it looks like the driveway will be going up this week, so
Okay.
that facade will be ready.
It looks like they're going to do awnings.
Did you bring us a drawing
are.
of the awning? Is that on here?
I do.
Oh,
It's on-
okay, I got
yeah.
it.
It's on the elevation.
Oh.
See it.
Oh, there's no detail there?
Well, yeah, there is a side view.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Yeah, right here.
It's similar to the
That's it.
SoFun, but it's a little narrower.
Do you have this? You must.
I have part of it.
Turn it, is there not another page?
This mine's different than yours. Okay, that's fine.
They're approximately 4 feet.
Similar to the one you just had.
Right, with a 4-foot projection.
And what's
This-
the fabric?
There's the gray charcoal fabric.
I like it because there aren't three because there are actually 4 awnings. You know, so at least it's consistent going all the way across. It's not all spotty.
And they're all bistro style with no
Yeah.
valance.
That's good.
Okay.
Like it.
I think the reason for that is the columns that are in between it, so we're fitting right in between each column with the
Right.
awning.
So it looks, but I like that it's broken up. It looks good.
It's different. It allows the brick that's there to be, to continue to be exposed.
Okay.
Okay, so
They're the only non-food entity in there.
Go ahead, Bob.
We're not done. It's the way they do the monument.
where's
Gotta do the
Pinero
monument.
going? Between the yogurt
To the left
and,
of Anthony's, I think, yeah.
okay, to the left of Anthony's and
You have more?
to the right of yogurt.
No.
Yeah, so you
we
got
good?
Chipotle, Anthony's,
Are we good?
No,
Panera,
we need to do the monument.
I'm good.
So Fun, City
Monument.
Sports.
We're okay.
Oh, yeah, we're fine with the monument. Okay, yep,
Wait, we talked about the monument.
Okay.
yep.
All right.
Okay, do we have a motion?
Let me take it. I'll take it.
Done.
Make a motion, we approve DRB 11-44, the application of City Sports at 309 East Lancaster Avenue for the wall sign, freestanding monument sign out front, and the 4 awnings as submitted.
Second.
There's a second?
Actually,
Sorry?
there's 2 monuments out there. I don't know if you're aware
Oh,
of that.
that's
There's one at
right.
each end of the
Oh,
sign.
right,
Yeah.
yeah, East Drive.
Okay, 2 monument signs.
Is there a
But they're
second?
just the same.
Second.
They're
All in favor?
identical. Yep.
Aye.
Aye.
All right, all right, thanks a lot.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, that brings us to item number 7 on the agenda, which is DRB-11-45. This is for Tradice LLC, 185 East Lancaster Avenue, for a wall sign and a window sign. Good evening.
Tell us who you are.
We remember you.
Remember, it wasn't that long ago.
No, this is a good sign.
Alana Milazzo here for Tradici Italian Market. We are currently moving our existing location from 4 Luella Court in Wayne to a bigger spot right on the main strip on Route 30, just around the corner where the old Women's Exchange was. So we're here tonight we applied for a wall sign and window decals. I do also have at this time, I didn't have it at time of submission, we are recovering the awning. I have that information if you're willing to look at it
Yeah.
this evening.
Oh, I'm glad you're doing that. I was looking at your new
No,
site the other
You
day.
don't like the
thinking,
blue awning?
He's got to be doing that awning over.
Give you those.
How you doing, Alana? Okay.
Thanks.
Oh, I'm excited. Oh, great.
That's terrific.
That looks great.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, that's nice.
I do have the swatch book as well, if you want to see an exact fabric. It's in the book, but I could show you
sounds good.
that if you need
I
to.
think we're good. All right, so let's just start with the wall sign. It's 18 by 96. Material,
It's going to be an all vinyl sign,
okay, with vinyl applied letters.
yes.
18 inches high. Tradice then is probably 10 inches high, the T maybe?
The T, yes. That should be, I think it's like 9.5 on
so that's well under what everything on the avenue
Mhm.
is. You know the drill about blind fasteners from
Yes.
last time? Is it kind of fitting in that little brick with the square white thingies?
Yes,
There's
on
a
the
little
newer
area there.
copy I just gave to you, on the bottom picture,
Yep,
you can kind of see where those bricks fall.
Okay.
It does, and it covers, as you can see, we have that
Did they-
nice
I don't
large.
remember what their sign was. What did they have?
They didn't have anything.
On the awning, they had a sign.
The awning, they had Women's Exchange centered over two
Yeah.
doors there. So we
Okay.
have the nice display window
All right.
plus a door.
And that's well under 15 feet high.
That's correct. It's going to be a little
Okay.
over 13.
And that looks good. And then your glass signage on that same montage. at
Under
least on this
20%.
one, is very clear what you're doing there. That looks
Yes,
Nice, and it's clearly under.
20%
is
of the
that 15
window.
feet? Yeah,
20,
Blake?
20.
20%.
20 there, that's not the, okay.
Right.
Wait, where did you find that sign?
Which?
Oh, I got it. Never mind. I lost my.
No, it looks nice.
Yep.
Are you, right now, so you're getting rid of the blue awning, which, believe me, this is really nice. Are you?
Are you doing the
Reminds me
clothing
of my
shop?
mother's kitchen, 1968. The blue doors and the blue beadboard, is that going?
That is going. For us, it's going to be a neutral, light tan cream, more so, just to kind of be
Terrific.
neutral, not too bright to conflict with any of that greenish color we have. The other door, the one looking at it to the right, is the clothing
shop.
shop there. So they're currently, I think, updating their look. We are doing the awning and putting their name on there for them
You
as
should
well.
tell them, since you're doing the awning, they need to paint their doors.
Yeah. Are you going to paint your window boxes, or are they going to stay white? Or?
No, we're going to paint them. I don't know what we're
Good.
going to do there with that. We're going to use those and have fresh herbs out of those, so we'll add to that.
We trust you. I
That'd
think it
be
looks
very
really
nice.
nice. Looks
And
very
just for
nice.
anybody who hasn't been in there,
Yeah.
you might want
Yeah,
another
do a
plug.
little advertising.
What goes on at Tradice?
We are a full-scale, albeit small, Italian market. We have a wonderful lunch menu. We
I
are
can attest to
expanding.
that.
We thank you. We are expanding our catering business as well. We've grown there and currently building out a full kitchen. That's kind of what the new space is allowing us to do.
What are your hours, Alana?
We are open 9 to 6. Summer we shortened them, but coming in the fall when we move to the location Monday through Friday, 9 to 6. On Saturdays we're open till 4 o'clock. Closed on Sundays.
Is there a spot to eat inside? Is there a counter to stand up at?
Right
or-
now our plans were accepted with a little bit of seating. We're planning like kind of that old window, a window bar with some stools.
Great.
Can you do outdoor? Are you allowed or no? Is
Not
there
that, we're not allowed
No room?
right now.
I
No
don't think
room.
there's room on the sidewalk there.
Yeah,
Take it around to Luella Court and sit on the bench like I do.
that's what we'll tell everybody.
Well, it looks very nice.
I think it's terrific.
Really
and
good.
I think we ought to approve it.
I think we
Very
should do it
nice.
right away.
All right. So you already moved there or no?
No, we're in process.
When are you
We're
moving?
we're hoping by the second week of September we'll be in there.
Oh, good. All right, well, good luck.
And the Phillies are up 9-7 in the bottom of the ninth.
No, they won 9-8.
Did they finish it? I lost service. Where's the antenna guy?
That was like a 9-1 road trip. Okay. Can we have a motion?
Sure, I'll make a motion. DRB 1145 Tradice, I move that we accept the proposal as presented for 185 East Lancaster Avenue.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks,
very
Lon.
much.
Okay.
in
Okay, so
favor?
that brings us to DRB-11-46, the Suburban Building, 134 North Wayne Avenue, for 3 wall signs. Good evening, Mr. Connor.
Good evening. My name is Bill Connor. I'm here on behalf of ownership for the Suburban Building. We are here for 3 signs for ourselves, and then next on the agenda is our lead tenant, who will also be here for a sign.
Okay,
So I have Greg Brzezinski, our architect, here to talk about the 3 signs.
great.
Now, you were here before. You showed us
That
For
was that was the access,
entrance.
the entrance.
The alley
Yeah.
entrance.
and the alley.
Yes, and the color of the
And
building.
the color and
So
the
what are we-
windows and
What are
stuff.
we looking at tonight?
Signage.
Tonight we're back for signage for the
Oh,
building.
signage.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Greg?
Yes. Hey, Greg Brzezinski is my name again. In the package in front of you, these drawings are the package itself, and then we have some supplemental things that shows examples of the types of signs that we're looking at. The first drawing there shows the building identification that we're looking for, and that would be a sign that would say the Suburban. more as a building identification as opposed to a sign that would stay with the building.
That's sign C?
Correct. Sign C. And then also we're looking at, on the side elevation, on the alley, there are two signs. One is a directory. Since this is a multi-tenant building,
Yep.
there would be a sign located there, and then sign A. And then previously approved was the canopy and the blade sign on the side. Asking for approval for
Yep.
the signage that would go on
the blade. Okay.
itself. And
Okay.
that's sign type B.
Gotcha.
And then we can show you those types of signs. This is a supplemental, talking about the blade sign itself. You know, we're looking at, historically, in a lot of small towns, blade has been used, and we're looking to have a type of signage that would be visible from North Wayne down our
Down the
pedestrian alley, giving, our entrance for the handicap ADA is at that side elevation, and so having signage there is very important.
I think that's terrific.
Yeah, I think it looks great.
Yeah, there's the existing conditions, which you know, and if you go up North Wayne, you can see the work is well underway and on schedule.
So let's just go to the suburban sign. That is what, material-wise? Oh, it's HDU foam?
No, it actually will be
Oh, I'm sorry.
Cast resin. This is an example just of the color material. The coining on
Oh.
the coining on the side of the building, which you can see probably
Yep.
a little better in the
Oh,
rendering
good.
before, is actually a limestone. So we're looking to get
Kind of match that?
match that in
then
terms of having
composite
a cast sign. We're looking for more carved letters and something, in a Roman times typeface that
Okay.
would just be, classic, identifying as building identification.
Now, you say carved, but Strawbridge letters are
Those are
raised.
applied, we're looking as of card. This is the only example that the sign maker
No, that's
Right.
had.
So what is that material?
It's cast,
A resin?
Composite.
it's a
Composite?
composite, it's like resin
Yeah.
with,
That's pretty cool. It
stone
really
dust.
looks like the
Little
limestone, I
flecks and
think.
stuff.
Yeah.
We're looking to have it incised into the stucco, so it would be, not this one. Yeah.
So it'll look like it was the original?
Yes.
Got
The
it.
coining is off the face of the building about an inch. The cast resin material is about 3 inches deep. It would be incised into the stucco. So we want it to look like.
And is it actually two tones of brown?
No, it'll be one tone, and then the incision into the stone would be created with a V groove, and you'll get the shadowing from that.
So same material, though?
Same
It's just a
material.
shadow?
Correct.
Okay, good.
Nice.
That looks nice.
I guess we have a height problem with that.
There's, this is really building identification,
Yeah.
which is
Right.
probably, missing on this building, and there's really no place to put it below. I mean,
No, I
it gets
understand.
No.
confused with the tenant signage below.
Looking under definitions and see where this can kind of fit in.
I know.
Yeah.
And,
Because it looks more like a historic marker
Yeah.
than a building sign to me.
well,
Or
they
is-
have a definition of landmark sign.
Okay, what's that?
An older sign of artistic or historic merit, uniqueness, or extraordinary significance to the township is identified by the Board of Commissioners. So I guess if the Board of
have to get them
Commissioners says this is historic, which I think it is because it's such an
Yes.
old building.
Yeah.
We could probably
So we can make a recommendation.
correct
right,
to the
but
Board
we-
of Commissioners
Right,
that they look at this maybe as a historic building.
right, but it's
Offer-
outside our purview.
Yeah,
to
the only
actually-
times I recall I've run into was the Villanova Sports Complex, where they wanted to put the donor's
Davis.
name at the top.
Yeah,
And we did not allow that.
right.
Even though we liked it.
Wait, which one was that?
The
The
Davis
sports
Center.
complex,
To
the
The
old building? or
No, the new,
Okay, but that wasn't historic, that wasn't really, it was just they
no,
wanted.
no,
to-
no, it has nothing to do with historic.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
just saying that's what came before us. And the Radnor Financial Center,
Right.
where they're 700 feet from the road and they wanted to put a sign 90 feet in the air.
Exactly.
Okay, question for
And
you.
we, again, had to, because of the code, disapprove it, but we made some recommendation that it get some dispensation in
Right.
zoning hearing board or whomever. And I would say this is right up that alley.
Yeah.
It's a pain for you guys because you're now going to have to go to the Board of Commissioners.
Mm-hmm.
But problem is if we approve it and then Mattress Giant wants to come in 2 weeks from now and put a sign 30 feet high on a building claiming they've been in business 21 years and they want to be a landmark sign.
Right.
But I would absolutely support it.
Cody will do it.
But we're recommending that your signage be approved.
Okay, so we would go to the Board of Commissioners.
Well, it looks
on this
that way
with,
according to the definition here in the book.
But I think if you
Let me
stand at
just
your
think,
building and
though.
look across the street at wherever the pear tree and those other buildings, they have something up high with
They
the,
do.
with the date, I think, and that was not original. I mean, there might have been one before, but I know when they restored the building, I think I spoke with the owner, and he said he had that made to look like.
What does it
your-
say? Doesn't
The
say pear
date,
tree.
it says
Yeah, I
like
think
the
it's-
date,
yeah.
like, you know. I don't
Well,
know,
yeah, we
1997.
have given dates before.
This
You're
is
about, I'm guessing 10, 20, Greg, do you know, are you 22 feet in the air or
There
whatever?
must be, there's 10.
I wish
Probably
the,
25 feet up.
I mean, do you see any?
Signs are roughly 20 and a half inches.
Jim, I think the sign at the top of the building is a given. I'm a little nervous about the vertical sign, but how are we going to approve that?
Well, did you
That's
say
more
the
than
blade
15.
sign had already been approved? Not by us.
Well, the structure and
Yeah.
the canopy,
So if that's already
separate.
been approved, all we're doing
We
is,
approved the canopy last
We
week.
approved the canopy, we didn't
well, we didn't approve the blade, but somebody else did somebody else, another?
it's part of our building.
no, that's what they're coming for
Right.
now.
But the
No, they're-
vertical sign,
To put the letters on.
The
so They've already
verticals-
received permission to put that,
Yeah, but that's an architectural element.
I know, but I'm saying, did someone else already tell them they could do that? Because
We
we can't
did.
tell them that either.
the problem is
We-
it's
we
more than
approved the
15
blade sign.
feet, Jim.
But can we approve the blade sign since it extends higher than, it's
No, I
outside?
think they're both
That's
in the
again,
same.
that's outside our
I'm
purview.
I'm
They
afraid they're
have
both
to
in
go
the
to
same.
commissioners
And I was
with our
wondering if that had already
endorsement.
happened. When you got your permits, was that included? No.
Well,
Well,
the
The
structure,
blank,
the armature.
the blank
Yeah.
armature.
Yes.
Uh-huh. The blank armature was approved
part
by,
of our building.
I guess what
Yeah,
I
it's part of
don't
your building
know,
plan.
Bill,
Yeah.
is, I mean, do we have to get solicitor involved to get the commissioners to write some, you know,
No, I think it could be done. They have an August 22nd Board of Commissioners meeting that's coming up.
I mean, I think we are all in agreement. It absolutely, we would give a strong recommendation. I just don't want them to have to spend 3 months,
Right.
6 months.
No, there's an
Yeah.
August 22nd meeting. If you can get me, we'll get a recommendation from this board, and maybe if you
That-
could put
that
together a
it
short
be
memo
approved as a landmark
that I could send to the
sign, both of them.
commissioners.
Well, let's
Try to get you on for the
Yeah.
22nd.
Okay.
okay, so let's,
So I think we're in agreement that suburban.
But I think we all agree, we like it.
yeah.
We can't set a precedent unless we go, as Bob's saying. We'll recommend that to the Board of Commissioners, and hopefully it's not an onerous.
Like I said, I mean, you guys can look through the book, but to me, it looks like the only thing you can fit in is.
No, I know.
this
We-
landmark, you
yeah.
know? And there's a memorial sign also, but it's not really a memorial sign as such. It's more of a landmark.
Yeah, we'd be happy to go to the commissioners, particularly with
Right.
with your recommendation. of
Yeah.
this board.
Okay,
Great, let's do it.
all right.
How old is that building? It's probably over 100.
Oh, yeah.
1860s.
It was
So-
built about 1900, 1950.
Okay. All right, so it's certainly a landmark in Wayne.
Like it's-
Oh, yeah, it's more than
Absolutely.
Right.
73 years old.
Just keep
Well,
this in mind when I come with
we're
my
in the
building, that's
process of looking to get
1890
some
something.
historic designation for it. So,
Yeah.
That's
Call
consistent
it the
with.
Ritz.
I'm gonna have
Well,
to,
I mean, on a sidebar there, I think when the building was up for sale, somebody told me who worked in there, I guess that there were some, potentially you could have gotten some relief from the government, I guess, if they call it a historic building. I guess a financial help maybe would be the better
Well,
term or not.
We have applied for historic tax credits.
Okay.
oh, good.
And that, we actually just got approved from the state for this. Okay, we passed the first hurdle.
Okay. All right, so it's certainly historic.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so there's about.
All right, so I think we're all in agreement. We're going to recommend that the Board of Commissioners accept the Suburban. And I guess why don't we stay on the front of the building? Then there's some window signage.
That was, I mean.
Or is that future?
That'll be future.
Okay, well, so we'll skip that.
Getting to the percentage of signs, we've allotted, a certain amount of, based on window area.
That's fine,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
To have
But
everything
then
fit
there's
within the total area.
presumably some tenant signage above to the left and right of the door,
There's some
right?
script
D and E?
Correct.
And you guys are not here for, or is that coming next?
Well, our first tenant is.
We'll be here tonight.
Preeminent photographer.
Okay.
She's here tonight to talk about it.
Okay, but that'll be the next application. So we'll go around the corner, and I don't want to railroad this thing, but to the blade sign.
So
And-
this rendering, refresh your memory,
Yep.
is the canopy with the
Yep.
blade is,
And in my opinion, it falls in the same category as the other one. You could argue that it's, okay, you wouldn't have seen that in 1907, but
nor would
I
you have
like
seen
the
the
building having
elevation
an
of, the
addition.
side elevation that, was.
And I like it. It's, to me, it's a kind of a win-win. It's win for you guys to get a great building you know, some life back there. For the township, you're fixing it up, and it's going to look great, and it is a landmark to us.
Yeah.
And
Tim,
I would
one way we
recommend.
handled this before is we suggested the applicant write a letter to the board and send it to.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be
and say,
formal,
"It's
a
our
letter
understanding-
requesting that
It's
we'll
our
include.
understanding that the board has approved, yet we have to take this before the commissioners, and then
Or we
No,
not
the board
approve it,
recommends.
recommend
the
it
board-
approved
that the
by the Board of
Commissioners
Commissioners.
approve. So
and
can we
then
do
we
that?
can answer that with a letter, and then you take those two letters to the Board of Commissioners meeting, and that's it.
In my mind personally, and I don't want to speak for everybody on the board, I would do that for both signs. I think they're both
Yes.
very nice.
I would do, too. What are the?
Is that
dimensions of those
is the
letters?
blade sign lit or not?
The letters are backlit LED.
They're channel, okay.
Channel letters, and they would be on a perforated metal
I think it's
backboard on
cool.
the
I
images.
I think it's great.
All right, so you'll have those two letters for the commissioners meeting, and that's it.
Or both in one letter, okay. Are
The
you guys okay with
letters are
that?
a little over 18 inches, but it's set so far back, and they just are very different. It's so unique that I
It
think
is unique.
I would,
It's very
I would
unique.
recommend that both signs be approved by the
I would too.
Board of Commissioners.
So the overall size of this blade sign is,
The blade sign itself is 20 by 27, 20 feet by
40
27
square feet.
inches.
It's on your last page.
20 feet by 27 inches.
So the lettering itself is significantly smaller.
It's a good size, yeah.
It's
But
towards,
see, you get into that gray area.
It's a
between
significant element.
what's the
It's
sign, What's
important.
the architectural element?
I know.
But I think it starts to define the alley and make that
I do too. I think it's
place.
neat. I think
It's
great.
important.
Yeah, I think it's important.
So is everybody okay on the two?
All right, you'll
So do we
send
need
the
a
gentleman
motion to
letter, and then
recommend this to the,
Our chairman will acknowledge that letter, and then you take those two letters.
I think
to the
what Tony's saying is a
commissioners
better idea. That
Okay.
That, because of the code, we have to disapprove the two signs, but we're, making a strong recommendation the Board of Commissioners accept them as a landmark sign as per blah, blah, blah.
How large are the letters then?
the letters themselves are
18.
18 and 5/8. I mean, they could be adjusted. It's based on the graphics for the suburban building.
Cindy says that.
So it's actually the
it's so far
typeface.
down the alley. I don't know how many feet it is from actually the front of the building, but
You can see this on the
Yeah.
overall elevation. If you look at this drawing,
Right.
the south elevation, it's about halfway down, a
That
little less
alley.
than halfway down the alley. It's at the end of the first historic building.
Right.
Okay, we're there.
But then we have the building directory.
Building directory is located on that sheet also.
So it's
type A.
aluminum,
It'll be
okay,
cast aluminum with, the
Individual tenants.
individual
Nice.
letters that can
Looks
be
nice.
changed per tenant.
can you pull them out in case, oh, good.
Yes,
Yeah,
they'll
good.
change.
and that's blind fasteners, the drill.
Correct.
That's lit from above. Is that LED lighting too?
Yes, there is a, I think if you
strip?
look on that.
Where
Oh, there
those
you go.
overhead
Nice.
doors
It's
are in the
electric.
back, what's that all about?
I think you're just making them stationary, aren't you?
That comes out and we're replacing that.
Oh, that's right, the windows.
With windows, right.
Yeah, we saw
That's
that
what came
at
in
the last
before.
meeting,
Right,
2 meetings
If you were
ago.
here.
Gotcha, okay.
That looks
Okay.
nice.
So, yeah, I think it looks
What else do we
terrific.
have?
I think the directory's fine.
It fits
Okay.
into the color palette, right? I mean, there's a lot of
Do you
silver
have a
metals that
problem
we're
with the
using on all of the,
No.
the storefront.
Right.
you know.
No, I think it's good.
Okay. I hope we don't
So we need a
get in
motion.
trouble later on with this so-called blade sign, with guys are going to start coming in and seeing that and
Right.
running and all that, so,
Well, I think we have to.
I think it's part and parcel of.
yeah. I mean, the one at the top is kind of quiet and reserved, and this thing's, hope we don't get burned later on.
It
I think
doesn't
you have
bother
to
me.
stand behind how
It would-
unique the
To me,
building
it's the
is, the
equivalent of
historic.
if the Bryn Mawr Film Institute, you know that sign?
Yeah.
The old 1920s neon they reconstructed,
Okay.
which it's not our township, and they have terrible signs, excuse me, Lower Merion.
They don't have a very strong
But that
board.
probably wouldn't pass muster
Okay.
here. But to me, it's
Right.
part of the commercial architecture of that age and genre.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Like you say, just hope we don't
No,
get
I
burned
agree.
later
I
on.
agree.
People come in
Can we
and see it.
respond
and
with a
say-
motion, I guess?
Because I mean, how high is it too from grade?
Yeah.
It's floating pretty high up there,
Yeah.
so. But, how high is it from grade? The top of that?
The bottom of the sign is at 12 feet, and that was the bottom of the
Right,
canopy. And
25.
then it's going up 20 feet. So it's 32 feet to the top.
32 feet high, so that's up there.
I wouldn't want to be so rigid that we miss out on an opportunity to really draw attention to that alley and create some architectural interest for the building. Everything, I don't know what else could come
If this was on
before.
the street, I would
Yeah.
never,
Okay.
I would never approve it was on one
Yeah.
alley.
I think it's a special case. Okay.
All righty. Can we?
All right, do we have a motion then?
Okay, so we really can only move to approve
The
the
directory sign.
directory sign and to recommend that the commissioners accept the suburban sign and the blade sign. Would that be
As
part
a
of a motion?
landmark
As a landmark,
sign, as per,
as our DRB, what's the code?
I mean, if in fact, my interpretation is basically like here.
no, as per,
landmark.
280-118.
118 definitions. Landmark sign.
280-118? I gotta move fast here while I remember that.
Bill, good. And the applicant will draft a letter to the Board of Commissioners, Bill, is that
No.
right?
Yes.
Yes, we're-
Reconstructing what happened here tonight and asking for that
That sounds like a
dispensation.
motion. Can I just say I so move? Okay,
And then you
okay.
can tell the Board of Commissioners it has our endorsement.
I move that we accept the
Absolutely.
directory
What-
sign
Yeah, go ahead.
for the suburban building at 134 North Wayne Avenue as presented, and that we make that we notify the Board Commissioners that we recommend the blade sign and the suburban identifying sign be accepted under the
Two-
code.
280
280-118
Yeah,
landmark sign.
that one, as landmark signs.
Great.
Acceptable?
Good. Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Been great. If you can just get that letter to me before the end of the week, because the agenda's being put together for the 20, if I would want to try to get you on for the 22nd if possible. Yeah, that'd be great.
Don't let this get away from you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Bill. Okay, so that brings us to DRB-11-47, Little Nest Photography, same address for 2 window signs. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Hi.
Hi.
You look like Little Nest.
Yeah, I probably extend my brand out into from myself. But we specialize in fun, fresh, natural family portraits of children in an environment where families are very comfortable and it really feels like more of a boutique. So we're very much a boutique photography studio. I will have 3 staff photographers in this location and 1 photo studio, and we have just a simple sign out front in the window, which you should have in front of you.
Where are you now?
We have 1 location in Glen Mills, Pennsylvania,
Oh, okay.
which is in Glen Eagle Square,
Yeah, great.
and then my office is out of Wilmington.
Okay. So everything will be done in the studio, or mostly you go to people's houses too?
Mostly in studio and on location, and we
Okay.
don't go to people's houses as much.
Terrific.
Yeah.
So the actual graphic is what? Vinyl applied on the glass?
Exactly.
All right.
Yep, I'm looking at a vinyl applique.
It's certainly under the square footages. I can't imagine the letters are larger than what?
It'll definitely be under the 15%. That's part of the code.
Do you know the height of those letters? They can't be more than,
I
10
have an
inches, 12.
approximate
You know what,
height.
if this
It'll
is
probably
10 feet
be.
here,
yeah.
so they have to be under that, right? 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
this-
No, I meant the height above grade. I meant the height of the actual.
Oh, how tall?
But, I mean, if
Yeah.
those doors are 7 feet, the L in little is no more than 10 inches probably.
The window is probably about 7 feet, and I'm looking
You
at
think?
the actual, the
Okay.
bird and line will probably be about 4 feet.
No, it's nice.
Yeah. I felt as though it was the best signage option, since there's so many different signs that would actually be on the building.
Mhm.
I felt as though having the sign in the window is the cleanest, the most design-friendly way of communicating our brand. And then what we'll do is we'll just put seasonal decor around the actual logo.
But the glass will be clear.
The glass will be clear.
So, tell me about this gradation that I see there. I
The
like
best-
it. I was thinking,
the best
is there
thing
a
I could do in
screen? Is there-
Photoshop.
I like it. So I thought, oh, maybe she has maybe so you don't see what's going on in the studio or something. You
I
have.
actually like the idea of people being able to see in.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yep,
so
me
I
too.
think even if we're closed and people are walking around
Right.
at night, I think it's nice for them to be able to see our aesthetic and
Do you think you'll be able to see Little Nest well enough under the way you describe it? Sometimes when you have letters appliqued on and they're so delicate, you You might not.
I do have a little bit of a concern about that. I think I just have to work around it because
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see any other real signage option that I thought was appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
I did think of a sign coming out from the building, but with a sign on the side and then in the front. I just didn't want it to look too cluttery. I mean, we have very clean design aesthetic, so I felt as though it was the best option. But what we might do is try to illuminate it from the front, so then at night people could actually see who we are.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Instead of just seeing past Little Nest into the.
Right. And
Yeah.
if they do that too, that might be kind of neat. They could look
Maybe you
in.
could even, if you find this isn't working.
Yeah.
You could maybe just put a piece of lightly frosted vellum or something behind it.
Maybe.
So- But I mean, I wouldn't suggest that now, but I.
Or some
you
kind
know.
of fabric panel or something
Yeah.
that would look
And
really
I think
beautiful.
you'd be able to do that, right? Because you're allowed 15%, that's.
Well, that wouldn't even be considered
Yeah.
signage.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean
Right.
just around the
If you want
letter?
it just behind
Yeah.
that one panel or something, I'm
Yep.
not telling you what to do because I think it looks great.
Thank
Yep.
you. Yeah, that was a concern. I also think that people will see into the space, and the way that we're going to have it designed will be very beautiful. So they may just say, wow, that's a really neat looking space, and see our logo, and then, be invited in, which is really what we want more than anything.
Will we be seeing into a studio or will we be seeing into?
You'll be seeing our front reception area, so it'll definitely have a spa boutique-like feeling to it.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Is that it?
That's it.
I could do that.
Okay.
DRB 1147, Little Nest Photography, approved as submitted.
Thank you very much.
All in favor?
Aye.
Or excuse me, second?
Yes.
All in favor?
That too?
Second.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All
And
right.
tell your friends.
Good luck.
And kids.
Well, you have a competitor coming up here in a minute. Okay.
More people, probably protect the better, I think.
All right, so that brings us to DRB-11-48, Mainline Auto Wash. Not that they're a competitor. 500 West Lancaster Avenue for 7 awnings. Good evening.
I'm new at this, so.
Jim, the Phillies did win.
Yep.
Never heard of them.
That's going to impact your whole experience here.
Yeah, right.
Like, if you're a Braves fan, you
Oh, no, no.
might not. Oh, phew.
I just didn't want to sound like a bandwagoner.
Yeah, all right.
I'm here representing Pete Altringer for the Mainline Auto
I
Wash.
was in last month or the month before. I
He's
guess.
opened up a couple other
Yep.
ones that are called Pete's, so now he's looking to add his name to Pete's Mainline Auto Wash instead
Right.
of just the Mainline Auto Wash. There are 7 existing awnings, which we are basically just going to be putting new covers on, made
Gotcha.
of Sombrella fabric. In Pacific Blue, you should have samples of the fabric, the cuts there. And there is a mock of the graphics, which are 16 feet wide and 8 inches tall.
Okay.
That would only be replacing the graphics that are on the exit door of the car wash. There are no graphics on any of the other.
Okay, so the letters are just on the far east side.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Just at the exit area there at Conestoga.
Do you know the height of those letters by any chance?
They're 8 inches tall.
Okay.
And it's 16 feet wide, the graphics.
Gotcha.
The letters are all the same, 8 inches tall,
All right.
which is 12 square feet
Yep.
of signage.
Yep. Meets the 8 inches for the long awning. And the shape of the awnings are all the same.
Yes, they are all
The drop is the same.
The
Or is it
6
bigger,
on
drop bigger on the end one?
The one over the exit is bigger.
Okay.
And it actually is slightly different. The 6 on Lancaster are all traditional shed roof awnings.
Oh, they have vertical
The
sides.
one on
Got it.
the one over the exit, that's going to have the signage, the actual heading on the wall is actually narrower than the front rail because of the gable
Yep.
roof.
Got it.
That's the only one that, like I said, those are existing, and we are just doing what we call recovers, putting new
Okay.
covers on the existing frames.
I have no
Didn't we
problems
lose
with
some-
this.
There's no additional lettering on the building?
Yeah, he did, he came through.
Oh,
They're
that's
doing
not- I
it's
missed
not
it.
mine, but
Yeah.
they're putting, I think, like a
Right.
pillar sign out near the street.
I missed last
Yeah.
month's meeting, and I thought I had seen it,
He
and I
came
did. I
through.
saw the
He
package.
came
Yeah,
Last,
okay,
last
got it.
month, I believe he
Yep.
had
Got it.
another, a signed person
Okay.
Okay.
come through for that.
You good with it?
I'm good with it.
All right. I
Yeah.
think we're fine. Okay,
right.
so can I have a motion?
Good, Tony, good.
DRB 1148, Mainline Auto Wash, approved as submitted.
Is there a second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you.
I won't have to go far because I believe I'm next.
Oh, yes.
Well, welcome back.
It's a long time, no see.
Great.
Okay, so this is DRB-11-49 for Dan Brody Photography, 322 King of Prussia Road for 3 awnings.
It's technically 2 awnings and a railing.
Well, there's 2 different applications. One's for the signage, one's
Right.
for the awning. Let's do the awnings first.
Hey, how you doing?
For some reason, there are 2 applications in our packet.
They said that since they were 2 different contractors, that
Oh,
But then let's do them, just for
We have to
protocol's
apply
sake, let's do them one at a time.
I think for clarification too, I think the address is 332, isn't it?
It's 322.
yeah, we had.
Well, on your one post it says 332. I was driving around trying to find this place.
Yeah, it's 322.
That's a great little
I like this little building.
I
I'll
love
check
that
it
little
out.
The township building, they told me that it was.
322.
322.
It's a great building.
Okay.
Look it up.
Yep.
Yeah. Even my lease is written for 332, but it's not.
So
Oh,
you're
it is
Dan.
written for
I'm Dan
332.
Brody.
Okay.
Aha.
You're leaving Bryn
Well,
Mawr.
I'm the Dan.
So you've been in Bryn Mawr for a long time.
20 years.
Yeah.
And
Welcome.
And my roots go back to Radnor Township. I
Oh, yeah?
started in Radnor, 946 County Line Road,
Okay. 946,
946.
which is which way?
It's between, was between the Glenbrook Medical Center and the, and another medical center right
Okay.
down, not too far from.
Oh, 946, that part of, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha, okay.
which is
All
the edge
right,
of Radnor.
so let's do the awnings first. There's 3 awnings, is that correct?
There's 2 awnings and a railing cover.
Oh, okay. Do we have a picture of this? I mean, I know we have a picture of the building.
There's
I've got the
photos of
sign.
the railing, there's sketches.
Do we have pictures of the awnings, though? I guess that's the
What
question.
was there before?
It's been empty forever, right?
Yeah. It's
Been empty forever.
Old farmhouse.
Do you own it or you rent it?
No, it's owned by the
Same people?
St. John's Holdings
Ah, okay,
and managed by Ajax Management.
okay.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Here's my
Mike
awning.
Lee, yeah.
I'm not going crazy.
There's no
That's not
signage
our-
on the
Whatever,
awnings.
I know.
There's
I'm just saying.
aesthetics and they're-
Oh, I see, the canvas was on the railing, I'm sorry, okay. Do you guys have this photo here?
Yep,
It's in there somewhere.
yep.
Okay, so 2 awnings over the 2nd-story windows
Right.
on
Purely for
the
aesthetics.
east side. Is that correct?
Well, that's actually facing south, I believe.
Well, it's more east, facing Radnor Chester Road.
We'll be facing the
Perpendicular
main
Radnor
parking lot
Chester.
with that bigger building.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Basically facing down, facing technically toward Lancaster Ave, if you extended it down.
I think that's right, Chester right there.
Road curves.
That's its drive.
Yeah, well, northwood, it's kind of, I would say,
Okay, yeah.
south,
I thought that was King of Prussia.
southeast.
Yeah, I think that's King of Prussia right there.
Yeah, no, it's facing east.
It's right at where Matson Ford.
No, I understand. It's a moot point. It's perpendicular to the road, which is King of Prussia Road. The facade where the 2 awnings are going. Going to the 2nd floor,
Correct, over top of the covered. porch.
exactly.
Right.
There are no windows on the other side, on the west side?
If I leave,
Facing the,
The west side is the back of the
No, they were
parking
fine.
lot. There's just
Oh, no, good.
no, I don't care, I can't remember, I'm just,
trees and-
Get going.
it faces the tax, well, what used to be
Get going.
tax service place.
Or the dock, yeah, a little bit.
But anyway,
So
okay.
that's nice. You did the awning around the rail.
It gives it a little accent.
Yeah, it does.
So this is the pattern, the stripe?
Correct, and that will be used for the awnings as
Okay.
well as the railing.
And the drops on the awnings are scallop?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, no, actually, I'm sorry, actually.
Aren't they
I believe they're gonna be
Straight?
Oh, they're drawn scalloped on this
Straight
one.
in hand.
Oh, straight in hem?
Straight in
I like
hem's
That
that.
was
fine.
changed after,
I
Okay.
like that. Big scallop's a little too
All right.
country. The straight in hem looks,
And the same stripe fabric is on the canvas, on the railing?
on the railing cover, it will be vertical. just
Vertical, like the awnings?
Exactly like
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that's nice.
they'll add a little color. in
So is
it.
that the actual entrance to the studio, Dan?
No, the
Oh.
entrance is actually,
Okay,
Off
but at
the
least it
driveway.
cleans it up. I think it looks good.
where's the entrance? Is it around,
it's around the corner,
at the awning or under
Below
this?
the awning,
Under the little
yeah, below
gable.
the awning.
Under the gable?
under the covered, right by the covered porch.
Right, that makes sense.
No, it
Okay.
looks nice. It dresses up, gives a little panache.
You must have had a lot of work to do in there.
It was actually in excellent shape.
Oh,
They
good.
had done some restoration work
Really?
Uh-huh.
a couple years ago.
Are you
Okay.
in yet?
No, I won't be into October 1st.
And just for everybody who's at home wondering what type
Oh,
of
yeah.
photography you do.
Yeah.
I'll set it on, can I put this on the table?
Yeah, oh, smart guy.
white backgrounds,
And barefoot.
and barefoot, or beach
Yeah.
scenes.
Oh, look at that.
Dogs, kids.
Grandparents, children, babies,
That is
uncles.
Yeah, you have a very distinctive style.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful ride.
Yeah. How long have you been in business?
Well, I started 41 years ago.
Wow.
And I've been here for 21 years in
It's
the
amazing.
main line of Philadelphia.
Yeah, they're beautiful photographs.
Before that, I was in State College.
I've seen them in lots of houses. Pardon me?
State College is
You
where,
started
my
State
first
College?
20 years were in State
Really?
College.
Oh, that's where I went to school. I've seen your
See.
photographs in many homes. It's, nice to see.
Maybe you saw them in the corner room in State College. I had the windows there.
Oh, in the corner room? Yeah,
Yes,
sure.
yes,
Oh, my gosh, yeah. I feel like I could afford to go there not too often. So,
Terrific. I like it.
we're good. We can approve things?
Yeah. Can we have a motion on the awnings?
I got it one last time. I got to ask you. 322, correct? It's 322. The reason is
Post right out front says
I know
330.
it's wrong.
All right,
The
322.
the way you can kind of figure it out, the big building in the back where the Renfrew Center is 320.
Okay,
Okay.
So the question is, why would it jump 12 digits to
right, okay.
to get
Why
to?
would they put the wrong address up?
So you're going to change that?
Oh, definitely.
Good.
That has to come off, right?
People like to,
No, especially if I dial 911 and they can't
that's
find me.
right. That and clients. I
And
wasn't thinking
clients,
911, but
terrible.
it's
Well, I
nice.
showed the photograph with the address on the post to the woman at the terminal.
Yeah, and she said,
She said, well, that might be what it says, but that's not what it
isn't
is.
that funny?
Right.
All right,
It's
good.
fine.
Okay.
Okay,
Good. All right, I make a
Thank you.
motion that we approve DRB 11-49 for Dan Brophy Photography, or excuse me, Dan Brody Photography, 322 King of Prussia Road in Radnor for the 3 awnings with straight edges, not scalloped.
Great, thank you.
Okay.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll go right to the next application, which is 11-50, which is for the ground sign and the wall signs.
Let me give you a card.
As long as you can.
All right,
Hey, Buck.
Hey, Tom Brian.
How are you?
Oh, hi, Brian. How are you?
How are you?
Thank you.
Hi.
How are you?
You have a piece of the fabric of the awning.
Yes. You took the colors?
Wanted to just bring that all together, so we picked out terracotta and pepper,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
as well as brown and the green color. Green is a PMS 580, 58 to 25C. This is King of Prussia Road, right here. We wanted to put dimensional letters that are brown. Made out of acrylic.
Brown or white?
They're brown.
This thing, right?
Oh, I'm
This
sorry.
is- I think
I'm
this is
sorry.
on the building. we're
Oh,
talking
the
about.
building sign. I'm
We're,
sorry.
we're talking about the sign, the actual letters on the
Oh, on the gable
building.
end. I'm sorry.
They're
Okay.
on
It's
the
gonna have the
King of Prussia Road side.
Yep, gotcha.
Terracotta
Here we go.
as Well, they're acrylic,
Yep,
flame polished,
yep.
drilled and tapped with stainless steel studs on the back.
Okay.
And,
12 inches high, the D and the B.
Correct.
Okay.
And then the post and panel sign, again, it's going to have the PMS 5825 ground background. It's going to have the terracotta border with white text.
Mm-hmm.
And then the small informational.
The text, Brian, I'm sorry, is cast raised letters?
No. it's
Acrylic
not. It's
or
a
vinyl?
Painted sign with a brand vinyl
Okay,
Text, correct.
gotcha, all right.
And it's a mahogany sign.
Okay.
So that's good. That's just, we're talking now this, the
Actual
ground
mahogany.
sign?
Well, it's mahogany and it's from Greece. It's really nice.
Oh, neat.
It's
Cool.
7 ply.
Wow.
It's real durable. It's better than the birch.
This sign, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That'll be nice.
The posts are white, right? The posts will be white?
The posts will be white,
Okay.
correct, with just the flat caps
Mhm.
as well. And the posts are cedar. And they'll be painted polar white.
Mhm.
I forget if all that personality is allowed on that sign.
And then the wall sign will match.
I mean, forget
Yeah.
web address for a second.
Technically,
But
no,
portraits,
but
which are-
yeah. We've kind of allowed it, I mean, we've been real lax on that, you know. Yeah.
I
it's
know
one
we
of
can't
those
put-
gray areas.
Yeah. Wait, which one are you referring to? The description
I was just questioning
on
the various
ground sign?
pieces of information on the
Yeah.
ground sign.
Okay,
Portraits.
we've started allowing web
The webs,
addresses.
I know.
Yeah, that's
so
definite.
this works, but you're thinking maybe portraits, headshots, and
I
restoration?
don't know, that's
Yeah.
one question. I don't-
I know we don't allow.
Well, should we look at them
lines.
one by one and,
Hmm?
should we just take them one
Yeah,
by one and
yeah.
we'll walk through each one and, you
Yeah.
know.
Okay,
I mean, under definition, it's, yeah, certainly not allowed, you know. It'll say
just
under
name,
address, website, phone number.
address, phone number.
Yeah. I mean, we usually give somebody a byline, you know, if it's McDonald's, you know,
I'm trying to
famous
remember.
hamburgers, or,
Yeah.
you know, whatever.
Yep,
So, just right.
gotcha. Okay, and then the last one is this, the wall sign near the entrance,
Correct.
which is similar information, just
Yeah.
designed.
Correct. We're
somewhat
just calling that our informational sign.
Okay,
That's 20 inches by 20 inches.
gotcha.
And that will be attached to the wall with the Sheldon hanger.
Mhm.
So everything's attached from the back of the sign.
Right.
Okay, so basically 3 signs then.
Yes.
Right.
Correct.
Okay, I don't have any problems with this, do you all?
No, on the building?
I'm just wondering if it's a little big, do you feel? I mean,
Well,
it
the
sits
letters
right
are
on the
only 12
highway.
inches, they're only 12 inches
Yeah.
high. And the dentist came, is there a dentist over there?
There's a dentist over there.
He came in a few months back.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I may not have been here.
We approved him.
Okay.
They
Same,
made him lower his, and they're
about
under.
the same 12 inches, you think?
He may be, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then you want to keep some consistency and stuff.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm
think
okay
that's
with the,
fine.
with the letters
Okay.
mounted on the wall.
And then we have the other 2 signs. I would say a couple things. First of all, I think the monument sign, if I was going to put the address somewhere, I would put it first of all in there.
Yeah, it definitely needs to be there.
Because we're thinking the address, well, people can find your business, but also for emergency access. You have 322 on your wall sign, but you don't have it on the other sign, which I think it should have, especially if you're going to take off the little hardware store letters on the pole or whatever.
Right.
And then the question for us is, the other information that's on the sign, in terms of what's allowed by the code, and are we setting some sort of precedent? Clearly, you're allowed Dan Brody photography, phone number, address. We've been allowing web addresses because the code predates some of that. But some of the other stuff
Portraits, headshots, restoration.
typically would not go on that sign. And I might argue it 2 ways. One is that we don't allow it, or we haven't allowed it. But secondly, I think it's a little busy, to be honest with you. I would,
Yeah.
and I'm just speaking as a designer, not as a board member. I mean, I think you could go bolder on Dan Brody photography, maybe beautiful portraits simply, and
Right.
bigger, and less of that other stuff, because it's not like you're walking down a sidewalk, you're going by in a car at 40 miles an hour. I know you want to get as much information to folks as you can.
Well, beautiful portraits does say it. It says everything but restorations. So
I
the
just think a
portraits
lot
and
of it's a
headshots
bit-
are included
a
in
bit
beautiful portraits. but,
redundant.
You know, we're just, I think we're kind of stuck because of what the code says.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have somebody who wants to come in and look at mattresses, soft, squishy, really comfy. You know, yours makes perfect sense, but now what do we do with the next person who comes in and wants to put a lot of description on their sign? I know, for instance, on the awnings, we took that off of
A lot
the
of them.
restaurants, we've said,
Yeah,
you can't
Matador.
describe, tequila bar and this and that. It has to just say, so it's just sort of it's in our code, right?
Yeah, I'd rather see the address.
Yeah, I think
On
that
there.
the intent of the code, and we weren't around when the code was written, but, or well, we were around, we were not on this board. I don't think, you may have been.
I was-
I think it's hierarchy of information. That is, if I'm driving in a car at 40 miles an hour, I need to get the gist of the business and I need it quick. If I'm walking up to the front door, it's a different level of information, which is the same reason on window signage we do allow, you know,
Yeah, it doesn't have.
wedding
Is this-
invitations.
Can you put this on the building sign, on the wall, this information?
I think you can.
I do too,
It's so small to begin with.
yeah. But I think
Would
this.
you guys be opposed to deleting that on the
Well,
front side?
we just spoke, what if we took his tagline off, beautiful portraits simply, and used portraits, headshots, and restorations as a tagline? Like it is on the direct,
Oh, I
the
see.
informational sign.
Well,
Yeah, I think.
I think that's a start, and I think it even looks better on the other sign where you have the dot separating them. I think it's a little more integral. To me, this is a bit of a hodgepodge. I think this one looks more integrated.
I think that would look good.
Just ride
You know,
with this.
you've already,
In
and
fact-
also, you've got it on the wall, so you don't need it again. It's already says here,
Yeah.
beautiful portraits simply. So now on your monument sign, you tell what we mean by that, portraits, headshots, restorations.
Right, and then we'll incorporate
Yeah, I
the
think you do
322.
an altered version of this with Dan Brody, photography larger,
Right.
some things small, this mid-range. Address can be pretty big, and then the other stuff, like you have it on the other side, I think that'd be fine.
Okay,
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah,
we'll do that.
I would. I
Right.
think it's better.
All right,
Great.
that sounds good. And so if we like it there, I guess we
I
like
think
it
that
on the
would
wall sign too. We're
I
okay.
like it on the wall sign.
Yeah.
All right.
Great,
I guess,
all right.
has there been a ground sign in that location before or not?
I would-
Or
I don't
or is that the
remember.
first one?
I don't remember
Okay.
attending ever being.
I don't even think anything's been there that I can
Okay.
remember.
Since I've lived
What
here.
did you say was
Because
here,
it's gotta be
was in that
10
building
feet off.
before?
Hopefully
So
everything
I
before
have no recollection of anything, but I always thought it was a
Right,
great
10 foot off
building.
the
It'd be
road.
nice to have something in it. So the location of the ground sign from the road, is that what you're thinking?
Well, it's
Yeah,
got to be,
For sight lines.
Yeah.
it's got to be 10 feet off the cartway.
Right,
Yeah, and hopefully there's not going to cause a problem when people are pulling out the northern exit of the adjoining property and trying to look to their right.
Yeah, it shouldn't. I was
Yeah.
actually physically on the grounds, and it
Yeah.
doesn't obstruct anything when you're in a car.
I know sometime, Bill, I guess sometime traffic study will go out just to make sure.
Yeah, we'd have to, if it's gonna, I'll have to request the traffic study, take a look at that,
I
just
mean,
make
it
sure it's
is
not.
Just to play it
mid-block
safe.
in the
You can
sense
make that
there's
a
no
condition.
turning or,
so it's going like right here where I had on this elevation, it's going to be not where the Jackson Cross sign is, but around, on that side?
It's going to be closer to the building.
Right, and
And there's
Setback.
really no turning hazard there.
no,
Because that's just a parking lot for
Right.
his customers. And that's pretty far away from the
You know,
entrance to that.
It's up to you. I think for safety's sake, should we just have traffic study look at it? And then
if we need to do that, yeah.
Bill, what do you feel?
Yeah, we could have the, just making a recommendation that the police, police traffic safety take a look at it.
okay.
Since there's not been a sign there.
So we can approve it
Yes.
pending
Yep.
Right, approval.
traffic study?
Yeah, I think it's just gets
Okay.
the liability off of
Sure.
us and Mr.
Okay.
Brody and Brian.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
Will there be a permit required if the first two parking spaces say reserved for Dan Brody?
You'd have, to. That's not our purview. Talk to Bill's office. or
You mean in the
community
parking
development.
lot? Can't you, is it your parking lot? Well, can you put
You
signs
gotta
in
have
your?
handicap parking. Do you have handicap parking?
In the lot?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're required to have one handicap
To make the
spot
first
per
spot
50.
handicapped.
So who else parks there other than Dan Brody?
Well, there's a whole complex.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, I think that's
Oh,
between
yeah.
you and your landlord.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
All right.
So do
So
we
now
think
we
we can make a
can-
motion?
How about lighting on that sign?
There's existing lighting
The
that we can
freestanding sign?
pull. There's existing lighting that we can pull from.
Oh,
So
where?
right at the edge of this, right here, we can, just literally pull out of the building. Right.
Where's
Do you
here,
want
on the
lighting?
building? Like floodlights?
Floodlights, yeah.
You mean there's electrical, so
There's
you
electrical,
can, he means
correct.
Oh,
it's
you're
just
going
the-
to put a
they have
ground light.
access.
That's the
Do you want to
question.
put a
Are
ground
you going
light?
to put a new ground light?
Yes, correct.
You're going to do that?
Both sides?
Both sides, correct.
Okay, so you'll run new underground
So-
wiring?
Right,
That's fine.
right.
Then do we need a planning bed out there, or, you know?
Well, yeah, that's a good point. I mean, right now it's all lawn.
Right. For the
You're gonna be
protection of the
weed
sign.
whacking
and-
your light standards. Often, Dan, what we ask people to do is if they have up lighting from the ground, is put a planting bed in so that the guy's doing the lawn, or if it's the landlord's, is not weed whacking your
Yeah.
lights and busting them up.
And just
Yeah.
aesthetics also.
It's just when you're digging up to put those poles in, just dig all the way across, put your light in, you're going to dig for that anyway,
Right.
and make it a small, and then you don't, your
Okay.
poles, as you said, don't get all nicked by the weed whacker when they
Right.
come about, or run over.
Would ground cover,
Yeah, ground cover, and
Okay.
like just something low, you know, liripe or some,
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
something that doesn't grow up and get in the way.
All right, so we're going to revise the monument sign. We talked about that. Lighting is okay, but some sort of bed. We're okay on the wall signs. Parking, we're going to leave to other people.
Right. And traffic study,
Traffic for the cartway, 10 foot.
and, you know, any sight lines and.
Okay, traffic sight lines, got it. Okay. Anything else?
On that particular sign?
Throwing any on?
Yeah, the address, of course, that'll be in the revision. The 322 will be in the revision, so.
Oh, yeah, adding the address to the revision.
Right, adding
Yep,
the-
yep. Okay. Can we make a motion?
Are we done with everything else?
Yes.
I think I am.
Okay. Wall sign looks all right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. And wall sign and the so-called informational sign,
Yeah.
Yes.
pin-mounted wall sign, informational
Yes.
sign. So we're okay on all
Yeah,
that
we're
stuff?
good on everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Are these, I mean, should these be made the same as the sign out front?
I don't
Not
think they need to
necessarily?
be made the
No.
same. I think
No.
they're going to contain the same information.
Right.
I would argue the one at the road
Yeah.
wants to be more bold. Dan, Brody Photography,
Mm-hmm.
you guys together
Yeah.
organize the information.
Personally, I think if it's just an informational sign by your entrance door, I don't even know why it needs to say portrait headshots restoration. I mean, at this point, the guy knows where he's going and, you know, but, I mean, that's, you know.
For
think
this
we
way,
can- it's a small
the-
sign.
If
It's
the
not
code
even-
is to protect the visual clutter out there,
Yeah.
there's
It's not
no
even visible
impact.
from the road. It's
No, I
only
know.
visible
It's-
from the
it's
parking
just-
lot.
yeah.
So I think we can leave it up to Dan what he'd
Right.
like to have on that sign.
Exactly.
This
I'm
or
nitpicking.
less, nothing more.
Yeah.
How's that?
Okay.
Great.
All right. You want me to do it, or you want to do it?
Sure.
You want me to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. All right. All right, I make a motion that we approve DRB 11-50, the application at Dan Brody Photography at 322 King of Prussia Road for one large wall sign, we'll call it pin-mounted letters, as submitted. Number two, the so-called informational sign along the entrance door, as submitted with blind fasteners, and no lighting, I presume, there? No additional lighting, you're not going to light the sign per se, right?
The informational sign?
Yeah,
There's a fixture there now. Very
just
small
existing,
fixture.
okay,
And so what I'm going to put there is a more beautiful fixture
okay, we're good with that then.
right at the front door.
Okay, and then the ground sign, we're going to revise the text and add the address of 322.
Right.
Add lighting to the base from each side. It's two-sided ground sign.
ground cover.
Add a flower bed,
Right around.
and the sign will go under review of the Radnor Township Police Traffic Study Group, looking for 10 feet off the cartway, and also that there's no sightline obstructions.
We're going to delete beautiful portraits.
Right.
Simply, or whatever.
Right, yeah, delete the text, beautiful portrait simply.
And then you can adjust the
And then
other.
I can put
Right.
headshots restoration.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, yeah, delete that, add 322, and basically change it as you wish, enlarge it a little bit if need be, so.
Thank you.
Great,
Okay.
thank you.
All right.
Okay.
That's nice to be back in Radnor.
Well, welcome
Yeah.
back.
Is there a second?
Glad to have you.
Second, sorry.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, thank you all.
Thank you. Could I have Dan just give a quick plug for his business?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I thought he just, yeah.
Well, I
absolutely.
kind of felt I did. I just wanted to say that I'm
No.
no, but specialist in creating fine children's and family portraits, and we love what we do and in doing our portraits. And people have been very, very thrilled with what I've done here over many years. I'm looking forward to having my new wonderful little farmhouse. And
Yeah, and we look
It's
not
really
forward to
nice.
having another empty storefront in Bryn Mawr,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
where my office is.
Too bad.
All right, well,
I'm sure a restaurant will move in there.
Maybe a nail salon. It's always about a nail salon everywhere.
no,
Thank you.
Bryn Mawr has
Thank
10
you.
hair salons.
I know.
Thanks, folks. All right, so let's move on to item number 13, which is the Ankle and Foot Medical Center. This is 528 East Lancaster Avenue in St. David's for a ground sign, a wall sign, and a freestanding sign. Good evening.
Hello.
Oh, you again. I thought it was
You got
her.
rid of me.
Okay.
Okay, we can jump right in.
So this is better known as the Remax building for us
Mhm.
and folks at home.
So do they get to keep that balloon forever?
Was Remax moving out?
No, just hate the balloon.
No, actually, Remax has half the building.
Right.
Okay.
And this is the back.
But the other half, the other separate building is
Yeah. Okay.
Ryan, this is all new stuff in place of what was submitted, or?
I'm not sure if I gave you the color chip.
Okay, all right.
Because when I dropped it off, my guy said, I think they felt like.
Yeah, mine
All
did
right.
now. Yeah, okay. All right, thanks, Brian.
This is for this is for the first sign, and it is, a redwood sign, California heart grain redwood, beveled edges. The text is gold, not white. The background is a 2025 black enamel. Again, it's mounted with the Sheldon hangers from the back. It will be taking up half of the space right below Remax.
Mhm. Okay. I mean, I think that all looks fine. It's way
Mhm.
under in size and
Yep.
height and size of letters. So I don't have any problem with it all.
And then the other sign is a directional sign.
Mm-hmm.
It's an illuminated sign. Acrylic front.
Yep.
Only the letters will illuminate. Very similar to the directional
Oh, I'm
sign.
sorry,
the-
Brian, it is internally
It's
illuminated.
internally illuminated?
Internally
Okay.
illuminated, correct.
Okay.
Very similar to the sign that we did for Hogfish.
Right.
I don't know if you saw the
Mhm.
sign that we
For
did for
who?
Hogfish.
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 Oh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It's all an extruded cabinet.
Yep,
Very good quality, epoxy enamel.
gotcha.
You know, it's kind of funny with these directional signs. I mean, they're usually for when you have an ingress and egress, and like Hogfish in this location just have the one driveway.
Mhm.
But I guess there's such hard places to get in and out of.
Mm.
It's almost a help to the.
You almost need to identify, this is, oh,
Yeah.
I missed it.
Right.
This is what
and
you
that's
feel like
it.
when you're going
Yeah,
by
it's just
this
a
building,
tough
yeah.
spot to get in and out,
Gotcha.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough spot there too, and also everybody identifies that as, the Remax building.
Right.
Also, he wants to drive the traffic away from their door because he's afraid that people are going to show up and are going
Knock on
to
his
go
door. and-
in the Remax. So he wants
Okay.
to make sure that it's communicated
So,
clearly that parking's in the rear.
If the letters are rear illuminated and the black is opaque, how are you doing petty spa? How does that work at night?
Well,
'Cause you know the black-
that's been the change.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we found that change out this afternoon because the landlord, we were waiting for a landlord letter of consent for this directional sign, and we didn't get that until today, and he would only consent to the directional sign if Petty Spa was not on that
Oh.
particular sign.
Oh.
Was
So-
not on Petty
so-
Spa, or was not on any of the signs, or?
Is Petty
No,
Spa
just on the
there?
directional sign.
Oh,
Does Petty Spa exist now?
Yes.
They're there.
Are they part of the ankle and foot medical
They're
center?
part of ankle and foot
So
medical
Oh, they
center.
part
are.
of your petty
Right.
spa is, you can have that taken, whatever it is you need taken care of. It's like-
Correct, right.
But the landlord's not allowing that, you're saying?
The landlord did not permit that.
Okay, so they just want ankle and foot.
Ankle and
medical
foot
center.
parking in the
Okay.
rear. Correct.
Well,
All right,
what
so we
about
can
on
forget that.
this sign, is petty spa going on here?
Yes.
Okay, so
That-
they're
that was
allowing it on
approved.
here, just not on the
Oh,
directional
just not on the
sign.
directional,
Yeah,
okay.
that was
And-
approved for the dimensional letters.
All right.
Yeah.
That's just a color.
Oh,
I
they approved it for the building? For the pin letters on the I assume those are
He
like.
did, yes.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, to be honest with you, to cut to the chase, my concern was that how are you going to make petty spa illuminate at night and white be opaque at night, which I know there are ways to do it, but it's a moot point, so I'm not even going to go there.
That's fine.
So for the directional sign, do we have any problems with it? The black background is opaque at night.
Yes, correct.
So does that make the sign a little smaller?
Actually, it's still 12 by 36, so it's 3 square feet.
So this is all I'm going to see on my directional sign. Oh, is there an arrow? With an arrow,
There's an
right?
arrow, yes.
Yeah, okay. And so will the arrow be white? It'll now be, the arrow will be reversed out to white on a black background?
The arrow is non-illuminating. That's
Okay.
just on the skirt.
okay.
That's on the skirt of the sign.
So are you going to keep this, sign just in my mind, take petty spa, but keep this white section?
Yeah, let me just, I don't think you have the right one.
There's a
Is
quite
it
a
this?
stuff in it.
No, it's the red one. So. Oh, we have a mess down here, don't we?
Okay.
Is parking in rear going to show up in white at night?
Yes.
Okay, good. All righty. I understand. Thank you.
Okay. I'm fine
And
with
again,
that.
it's the same construction as the hogfish sign.
Yep.
Same type of cabinet.
Okay.
Okay.
I kind of like
Same
this
type of
better.
illumination.
Some ways it doesn't look like they're just advertising their
The petty spa.
business.
I
Now
know.
at least
I like
there's
this.
It's
This is
directional
good.
and it says parking in
Yep.
it, so
Yeah.
it has a little more, I think, merit and,
Okay.
Okay, so this is,
So I think we're good with that. I think we're good with the monument.
and we're good with the monument.
So you have pin-mounted letters on the
And
building?
then the letters are, your acrylic letters. It's going to be flat acrylic, pin mounted with stainless steel studs.
Under 15 feet high.
Correct.
And you're saying you are adding petty spa in that location?
We are adding petty spa. That was
So,
approved by
but
the landlord.
certainly no larger than ankle and foot medical center?
Right. They're approximately 8 inches upper and lower case.
Okay.
Okay.
And how big are the ankle and foot?
8?
11 inches.
11?
Okay, and petty's 8, upper and lower. Okay.
I think there is light shining on that wall or not?
There is.
Yeah,
There's actually
existing.
2 lights. There's one light from the corner coming out, and there's also one directly below, which lights up that entire wall.
Okay.
Okay.
Does the wall need much repair?
It's a Metrolux light, so I mean, it's pretty
Yeah.
adequate.
Does the wall need much repair from the previous tenant?
Actually, there are no
Nothing over there.
holes.
Was there
I mean,
anything
the
on
wall's
that
in
wall
perfect
before?
condition.
I don't remember there being anything on the wall. I thought the previous
No.
tenants just had
Oh,
ground
okay.
signs.
No,
or
there
monument.
was a banner, and then there was a,
Okay.
you know,
All right.
Can I just bring up one thing? I know it's getting late and things are, you guys all that happy with the position of that? I mean, it's a tough,
I know, I was wondering why it's so, why you don't center it,
yeah, it's just.
ankle and foot, or stretch ankle
Well, it
and
didn't
foot.
bother me because it seemed the landscape
that's the
kind of went
angle
up
of the
there, but I don't know if
photograph.
that was
Yeah,
just,
but I'm just
yeah.
saying the sign itself, it doesn't really do all that much.
I was wondering what it'd be like to have a little space between Remax and have ankle and foot medical center stretch out across there. Is there, why wouldn't
The only
they-
reason why it's that size is because that's what the landlord permitted.
Is the landlord Remax?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm going to be contrarian and
Yes.
say I think that would be better than stretched out.
but I'd like to
Wait,
see it
If I
centered.
saw it stretched out, I would think maybe it was part of Remax.
What about centered?
Well, centered you could do.
Is there, I see
But
you
to
have
me,
space,
to me in this sign, Remax is the major tenant,
no kidding.
and I don't want to diss,
I
your
understand.
client.
Sure.
And Ankle and Foot Center is the secondary tenant,
Mm-hmm.
and Ankle and Foot Medical Center is clearly in this not part of Remax, which I think if you stretched it across,
It would look like
if
it?
somebody didn't know what a Remax was or didn't know what the Ankle and Foot Institute might think that. But I agree you could center it.
Okay. I'm sorry, can you call?
Oh, a third tenant might come.
Oh,
Took occupancy
Yes.
upstairs. That they would have
Okay.
room
Yes.
To put the signage also.
I see.
Oh.
Correct.
okay. All right, well, then that makes sense.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
you
okay.
with that?
Well, I was thinking, before I heard potential third tenant coming in, I was even saying, I don't know if there was an opportunity to put it up here, there's a lot of dead space
Up
next
where?
to the balloon on top of the
Oh,
flagstaff.
I wouldn't think
I
they'd
don't know,
let
just
that
to me,
happen.
it just doesn't, yeah. I-
Compete with
Love to do it.
Yeah,
Or something like,
Yeah, right.
or something creative,
Yeah.
you know, foot and ankle, I mean, you got the balloon, maybe just something to
Well,
be a
if the
little
balloon
different, unique.
disappeared, I'd
but
be, you know,
I'd keep it
only
where
too
it is.
happy.
I don't think Mac would be real happy about that. I think that was
Yeah.
one of Mac's pride and joys, the
What,
balloon.
the balloon?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
That was Mac?
talked to him about that, I believe it was, yeah.
Hmm.
So, okay, I'm fine with that, I was just
Yeah,
bringing it
I'm
up for
fine with
We're,
conversation.
we're
you
approving
know.
3 signs, is that right?
Yeah.
Directional?
Yes, correct.
The
min-
letters on the wall and
Right.
this monument sign.
Right.
So.
That makes sense.
They all look good. Is there anything that we're asking
Yeah,
to change?
we're just approving the revised
Mhm.
directional sign as opposed to what was submitted. Correct?
Let's approve them.
Okay. Who's going to do that?
Do
Somebody?
you want me to do it? All right.
Thanks.
I move that we accept DRB 1151 Ankle and Foot Medical Center as presented on the monument sign, as presented on the lettering on the wall, and as presented in the revised directional sign regarding parking.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Now, are
And then
you
Deborah is with me. and
Yeah, I was
she
just gonna ask, do you
represents-
wanna mention a little
She represents
bit?
ankle and foot, and just wanted to introduce her and let her
Yeah.
talk a little bit about the ankle and foot center. We did signage for their other centers, and now they're coming to Wayne.
Oh, great. Deborah, step up to the mic so everybody knows.
Sure. Thank you, guys. I've got a mouthful. Are you ready?
Yeah, make sure everybody can hear you.
Like Brian said, my name is Deborah Stroud Banks. I'm a practice administrator for Ankle and Foot Medical Centers. Just tell you a little bit about what we are, what we do, and hopefully we can be of service to some of you someday. The Ankle and Foot Medical Centers is an innovative podiatric medicine and surgery practice committed to the idea that people should walk, run, and dance without pain. The ankle and foot team consists of podiatric experts who are trained in the latest advances in treatments for the ankle and foot. Podiatrists are defined by law as physicians and surgeons of the ankle and foot. They provide comprehensive diagnosis and treatment of diseases of injuries of the foot, ankle, and lower leg. Our podiatrists are board certified in podiatric surgery and considered leaders in their field. The best care in the world doesn't mean anything if you can't access it. At Ankle and Foot Medical Centers, we strive to make all of our offices as efficient and convenient as possible. Our priority is to deliver quality care to informed patients in a comfortable and convenient setting, as we have done here in the main line for over 10 years, treating just about 2,000 patients each year here in the community. We will continue to provide this excellence of care at 528 East Lancaster Avenue. Our physicians are part of the community. 2 of our founding partners do live here in Radnor Township. Their children attend Radnor Elementary School. Conditions treated by our doctors include, but are not limited to, toenail problems, corns and calluses, warts, athlete's foot, and other skin problems, hammer toes, bunions, heel pain, and spurs. We do flat feet, sprains, fractures, and nerve injuries, as well as children's foot problems. Treatments may involve skin and nail care, padding and strapping, bracing, shoe modification, orthotic fabrication, prescription medications, physical therapy, or at times even surgery. The rationale for any particular treatment is discussed with the patient so that he may understand why the podiatrist has recommended a specific intervention. We believe that well-informed patients make better progress. From routine checkups to treatments for surgery, Ankle and Foot Medical Centers is equipped to handle all of your podiatric needs. We are a leading-edge podiatric surgical and primary medicine practice that offers general foot and ankle surgical and medical care, comprehensive treatment and reconstructive surgery for complex deformities of the pediatric and adult foot and the lower leg, foot and ankle trauma care, preventative foot health care, treatment and salvage of diabetic and dysvascular wounds and limbs, ankle arthroscopy, geriatric care, sports and dance medicine. And we also have a podiatrist who lives in the community also, who is a certified podorthist, and that is a healthcare professional who specializes in the use of footwear and supportive devices to address conditions which affect the feet and the lower limbs. Her specialty is orthopedic and diabetic shoe gear. Our physicians are fully privileged at the Penn Presbyterian Medical Center, as well as the Mainline Health System's Bryn Mawr Hospital, for those patients who need to be admitted. We integrate as a whole healthcare delivery team, so it's all a big happy family. We're here, we're in the community, we all work together. We love it. Plans for the new location at 528 will include a pedi spa, which the big word on the signs was about. Under the medical supervision of our podiatrists, we will provide pedicure services using only safe, organic, natural products in the most sanitary and hygienic environment, unlike you find in some of the nail salons around. Ultimately, our concern is for your health and happiness. We welcome all patients and appreciate the opportunity to provide you with podiatric health care. And you can also visit our website at topfootdocs.com if you need any additional information. Thanks for your time.
Great.
Thank
I'm
you
glad
so
you
much.
came so well prepared. That was very nice. Thank you.
It's an
Good.
opportunity.
Yes.
We're here. We're not going anywhere.
When do you begin seeing patients in your new location?
We anticipate October, an October opening, grand opening that will be opening to the community. We'll be inviting everybody in to take a tour, get a look around.
Great.
Ladies
Nice.
want to get some pedicures, maybe.
Sounds good. Thank you.
And the gentlemen also.
No men pedicure?
Oh, no, you get
Thanks
them.
again.
Excuse me, can the
Thank you.
applicant
Thank you
give,
for coming.
can the applicant provide me a copy of the revised
All right, thanks.
directional sign for the folder? Could I have a copy of that for the folder?
Did you guys have that?
Yeah.
request?
We do.
I just
Yep.
threw mine down here. If you have one to give to him. then-
Yeah, I can give you
Okay,
mine.
Great.
I'm gonna run across the whole back there.
Oh, go ahead.
Start.
Yeah, one, okay.
Start.
West Avenue Pizza and Grill. Great.
See you, Brian. Take it easy. Okay.
You didn't bring your customer?
Should I start or should I wait?
Yeah,
for
no,
him?
you can start. I know that Jim has already looked at the design.
Okay.
And so he said, let's start so that we're not holding everybody. And you've waited so patiently, and you're not the last, so
All
thank you for
right,
being a good sport.
I'm Dennis from Denron Sign Company. And Nick, the owner here, owns the pizza shop and the apartments that are connected with it. It's all big one building.
Oh.
I never knew that, and I used to work in Wayne for 10 years, but there's Anthony Wayne.
There are a number of apartments in the back there. I didn't even
Right.
know that till I found out recently.
Right, so that's why he's putting it on the sign, because he's having trouble renting a few spots right now. So, but, you know, his son, he's getting the business ready. His son's going to open up a pizza shop again. They haven't been able to rent that spot, so they're going to open up West Avenue Pizza and Grill there.
Careful of the rumors I've heard. Okay.
Pardon me?
I said, there have been so many rumors about what's going to happen there. So.
Right. Well, and they've been working in there and getting things ready. But this is for the freestanding sign. I proposed something on the building for them, but, you know, just like individual non-illuminated letters. But they wanted to hold off on that. They saw some other signs they were interested in, so I'll be back for the front building sign for a sketch for that and everything.
So we're just going to do the ground sign today?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is, right now, there's this
Pole sign?
very high 5x6 illuminated case sign that doesn't illuminate now. It's been up there for
like
25 years or something. So they're going to, and it's like 15 feet to the top right now. So they're going to put a new freestanding sign there that's 5x6. I proposed it carved, but he wanted to go, this is a 3/4 inch thick PVC non-illuminated sign that'll be, the background will be spray painted and the lettering will be in vinyl and everything. And the post will be aluminum with, you know, the gold leaf round finials on top and everything. So this will be 8 feet to the top. It'll be, the post will be embedded in concrete. It'll be single-sided because it's so close, it's blocked by all the bushes there and everything from the neighbors. So like, even his existing sign from the tree there, the tree's so high, it blocks the opposite side there as well. So they wanted to go with that, and he was, it's a combination of the pizza shop and the apartment building behind.
So really, you can only see it, oh, pardon me, go ahead.
No, go, Cindy.
I was going to say, you can only really see it when you're going west on West Avenue, is that right?
Yes.
Because of the foliage.
And the foliage behind that must belong, is that the nursing?
That's that nursing home there, or whatever, that blocks all of
But I
that.
think the existing pole sign looks like it's in the nursing home's property, in their dirt area.
In the what?
It's actually, I think the existing pole sign looks like it's actually in the dirt area of the nursing home, but you're going to mount
coming
that, I'm
down,
sure,
right?
in the driveway, correct?
Well,
In Nick's driveway?
Well, Nick said that his property goes, that's his property there for a few feet.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Right.
So you're going to mount it in the...
I'm going to put it, it's going to be a double pole construction where the center pole is now.
Right.
I'm going to have it in the same placement and everything there.
In the dirt area.
Right.
So I guess the point I was driving at, if you put it in the driveway, it may get hit by a car, but where it is now, it won't.
No,
So,
it'll
from
be
safety
put
standpoint-
right in the same
Okay,
area.
good, great.
Right.
That's better yet.
Be nice to have that pole sign down.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, it does look pretty sore.
Yeah, that's great.
I think you
That's
could sell
great
it. I think it
improvement.
might be a landmark.
No, that's nice. He's not changing the signage on the building.
No, I mentioned when you were out,
I'm sorry.
I proposed some individual non-illuminated letters to the building, and they said they wanted to look a little more. I have to come back with another
Okay.
sketch and everything, but they are going to do that. They want white letters. They might want to go, because there is access behind the wall, they might would go with those halo lit
Similar,
letters.
yeah, okay.
They want to make it like a more like a up-class type
Yeah,
pizza
that's
shop than
good.
a regular pizza
The new
shop.
sign looks real nice.
That looks nice. I don't think that actually, if you came back with, these two signs wouldn't be compliant now.
Correct.
'Cause of
What's
the two,
The
right.
real pizza, is that what it was? Whatever.
Right, yeah, they would be taken down.
Good, yeah, but they're
be-
not going to take them down until they're ready to replace them, is that
Yeah,
right?
well, they're going to have all that dark green area
Mm-hmm.
there, they're going to remove those signs and repaint that.
Okay, great.
And then new letters will be put on there, but we haven't decided how they want to do that yet.
Mm-hmm.
Jim, I would say, too, looking at that, I mean, you're the architect, I mean, I think that's against code, probably, the conduit like that on the outside.
If they were doing it from scratch?
I mean, it looks like they got some little spots up there, but I think usually we try to hide all wiring and stuff like that. I mean,
That's a good question.
so I,
Wait,
you know,
on the front of the building?
yeah, all the wires and stuff like that.
I probably am not seeing it. You mean?
Well, right on top of the sign, you can see the liner. Look at the peak there on top of Anthony
Oh,
Wayne
is that
Building.
wire? Yeah.
It's
it's
tough,
a
Bob.
lot
I don't
cheaper
know.
to do it
If
that
we're a
way.
new building, absolutely.
Okay,
You
all
would-
right. Well, we'll worry about that when we
Yeah.
come back.
He might be taking it off. He said he's going to
Right.
refurbish it. for me.
Okay, well, just
Okay, great.
tell him it does have to come back and,
Okay.
make good
Okay.
on that.
All right, but as far as this goes, I think we're
Yeah,
all,
that looks good.
we're all good
It's
with
good?
this.
Mhm.
It's a nice improvement.
Big improvement, yeah.
Okay, do
So-
we want to have a motion then?
I move that we accept as presented DRB, I lost my list. Oh,
1152.
DRB 1152,
All-
West Avenue Pizza and Grill.
All in favor?
Aye.
Or excuse me, second?
Aye.
When do you
I'm
think he
still in
expects
favor,
to
too.
open the pizza and grill?
Yeah.
They're doing the work themselves. I'm not sure they really know. I know his son's going to stop doing his current work, whatever he does, and he's going to start running it. So he hasn't quit his last job yet to do that.
Right.
I think they're a couple months away.
Okay.
Have they been in the restaurant business, or is this kind of
Oh,
a
yeah,
new venture?
Nick ran that.
He was
Nick, the
original
father,
owner.
ran that for
So the
years
son's
and years.
taking over.
Oh, that was that, oh, okay. Cool.
You know, let's just put in a condition, too, that the property owner / business owner will have to come back to take care of the
Oh,
signage
yeah.
on the
Oh,
front
yeah.
of the building.
Right.
You got, you know.
And I think when he comes in, too, we might hit him up for the trash situation, too. I don't know if that's their dumpsters floating around as you look at the building to the left. I'm not sure if they're the pubs or
I think
theirs,
they
but
could be the pubs.
it's a mess.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
Yeah,
in the-
I think that, 'cause
Yeah.
he has dumpsters in the back. I think that's.
Maybe it's the pubs then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Okay.
All right, so that brings us to DRB-11-53, Club La Maison Health and Fitness Complex for a ground sign and a wall sign.
They here?
Dennis.
Dennis is doing it again.
Double header.
Oh, hi, Dennis. I'm thinking, well, you're getting a little workout. I thought you were just dropping things. Okay, sorry about that.
Good how they grouped us together.
That was kind, wasn't it? Oh, look, it is you.
Okay.
So I'm proposing here for Club Les Maisons a freestanding sign in the same placement as the other sign and a wall sign, the same placement. Right now, you can see the sign there now is it's 30 square feet, it's 5 by 6. There is power going to it, but it hasn't been lit in years, it doesn't look like.
No, I think it's been, I go by it every day. I think they've had power in there. Yeah.
But I looked in the case, the lamps are all broken and everything.
No.
But,
Okay.
Power, but no lamp.
Yeah.
and all these, they
Ugh.
look like tenant panels.
Oh, it's
They're
crazy.
just things they do in there. I don't think they're actually
Oh.
tenants, but they wanted to clean that up.
Good.
And just
Good for
put their
them, good
name
for you.
there.
Yeah, because actually, I don't think if they're not all tenants, then they wouldn't, that really
No,
wouldn't
that wouldn't be allowed. No, no, no.
to get that by us.
This
Okay,
looks
good.
so clean
This
and
is
so
nice. I
nice.
like
Yeah,
this.
it's great.
It's great. So it's going to be lit internally?
Internally lit, it'll be a metal face with the routed letters and the logo. And so all that'll illuminate is the white letters and the logo above. It's going to be a black structure, extruded, heavy-duty extruded aluminum. It'll have 2 steel poles inside of it embedded in concrete. And then those poles will be surrounded by a skirting, dark black aluminum skirting to hide that. And it's not going to exceed 8 feet high or anything. It's 7 feet high.
Just so I'm clear, is that two-sided?
Yes, that's a
Perpendicular
two-sided.
to the sugar
Perpendicular
dome?
to
Right.
sugar dome,
That's
Okay.
the placement it has to be in to be set back, even
Yep.
though they try to keep cars from parking in that one spot to try to get more visibility, but it gets pretty packed in
It's
there.
so
though.
crowded in there.
Yeah, so it's the same size sign and everything, internally illuminated, and we'll just connect to existing power that's there.
Gotcha.
That's great.
So Dennis, this blue will light up or not?
No, that portion is a recessed,
Right.
non-illuminated area, just the
Everything
logo
comes
and the
off of
letters.
fitness. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that'll look nice.
That's good. Looks very nice.
Yeah.
And
Very
then
good choice.
on the building sign, right, I measured the buildings, it's a huge building. It's the frontage on Sugartown Road is like 170 feet. The frontage on the side road is 105 feet. The building sign right now is 6 foot high by 15 foot wide. We're reducing it some to accommodate their new logo layout, which is 6 foot by 9 foot 6. So right now, Club Les Maisons is like 15-inch high letters, and we reduced them to 12 and a half and everything as well. We think right now that ivory color on the wall is a subtle ivory color. The white will stand out, and I think it'll be just as readable, even though the letters are smaller. It's non-illuminated, all quarter-inch thick metal, stud mounted with stainless studs behind it, so no fasteners will show or anything. It's all non-illuminated, and they have an existing floodlight fixture over on the right that just shines up on the building that they've had there.
I guess the only bad thing is it's 18 foot high, so it's 3 feet over.
Oh, we have to reduce the height?
I was
Grading
looking.
issues. on
I'm
the
looking at
property,
that too. I was
know.
just counting bricks.
I thought you
I
were
was-
counting.
Yeah.
Did you actually measure it?
We'll see you step up from it.
I understand that. I see the door.
Right.
But you actually went out there and measured? Did you
Yes.
take a tape from the top to grade?
Well, like I said, you step up like this much, maybe the table height in front of there.
I swear, I'm counting bricks and I'm looking at the photograph
Where are you counting these bricks? From where?
on the facade.
What are you getting?
Okay, but.
Well, I'm getting,
A little less?
I'm not going to
I can reduce the height
in
if you.
In this photograph?
in both photographs.
Because these cars are
I know,
parked above
I know,
grade,
but
right?
I,
So I'm trying to figure out
I have my
where.
means and methods.
There's all types of levels.
If
There's
there's
highly
52
pepper, then it
courses of
sinks and
brick.
goes back.
4 inches?
No,
Oh,
3 courses of brick equals 8 inches, so divide by 3
Oh.
times 8, you get 18, 17 by 8, 80, 137 inches is what I get, which it's more like 12 or 13 feet.
I thought we discussed
Because
this
that's
last
the
time
first
they
thing I
came before
circled.
us,
The
yeah.
first, when I first circled 18, I thought, that's not 18. 18 is 2 stories, and
Yeah.
I swear that's not 18. Did you measure it, Dennis?
But I didn't measure the height today.
Hmm.
You know, I did these sketches a while ago.
Well, I'm
And I know
gonna go out on a
to-
limb here and say that a Toyota Prius is no higher than 5.5 feet. There's no way that that sign is 18 feet high.
Yeah, but don't, Jim, this is
I
a
understand
different
that.
level, right? It goes down.
I understand that.
Yeah.
The Prius is
I
probably parked
understand
about
that,
4
but
feet
grade,
above, right?
the curb line, I can project to the front bumper of the Prius. It's not 18 feet. There's absolutely no way.
Okay, so the curb line, you know, is 4 feet above grade, right? Okay.
Wait, what are
Where
you
does it
saying
say
now?
18 feet anyway?
On the type piece behind it,
Oh.
back behind everything.
I can give, I'll remeasure and get a
Okay.
correct measurement for you.
I mean, isn't it
What do you want it not to exceed, like?
15?
15 is
Okay.
the
Right.
rule.
Looks
Okay.
like there's some downlighting too there. I guess that's what that is. A couple spots
So just so
down.
you know, it's Bill Miller, interim zoning officer, and I talked about it, and this is a pre-existing zoning issue. And since they're reducing the lettering, everything is good from our end too, for any zoning
So, I
issues.
mean, you're all right with the height?
The 15, yeah, it stay,
Oh.
if they're reducing it, they can't go above what they had before, because it's pre-existing.
Okay, but if they're making a change to the sign, and the sign is at 18 feet above grade, do they still have to bring it down to 15?
They should bring it down to 15.
Okay.
But I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's not 18. 'Cause, 18 is a 2-story building.
All right.
So- And I would even argue that the crest of the, whatever we want to call this, setting sun or whatever, kind of lines up at the top of that roof, and I think it looks fine.
Well, there's so many steps to get up to that entrance way.
I'm guessing 7, 6, 7, thereabouts.
What do you think, there's 7 steps?
I'd
Okay,
say
7.
approximately, yeah.
And would you say
somewhere
that
around
there's
there.
6-inch riser for outdoors?
The maximum of 7 or 8.
Okay.
Well, they're close.
Well,
I'll make sure we don't
Okay.
exceed 15.
Yeah, if
That's
Dennis,
easy.
if he's willing to do that, that's an easy
That's
way out.
great. Thank
Okay.
you.
I think they both look great. The signs both look great.
I'm just so happy to see that change, looks good.
Right, yeah.
There's that project going across the street, that's going to look really nice. I think.
Right, and I was over there today.
Are you doing signage for them?
Ella's Bistro is going to be going.
What's going in there?
Ella's Bistro.
Is that something that's existing elsewhere, or is it a
Well,
new
it's going
business?
to be on that side, it's going to be the main tenant over there.
Oh, good.
Across the street, it's going to be a place called Ella's Bistro.
I'm sorry, what was that, what was the question? I'm
In the
sorry.
Acme
Devon
Shopping Center
Square.
across the street. So
I'll be back.
you'll
I
have to
just
come
met
back.
with the people today about that.
Okay.
She was asking what's going across the street.
Do you know anything else?
There's a nail salon, and there's room for like 8 stores or something like that, but I don't know what else is
Well,
been
we'll
signed
see you
up
soon.
for.
Who are you coming back for next month then?
Yeah, because they want to open up in October.
What store is that?
Ella's Bistro.
Oh, the restaurant.
Right. And they, if I can ask a quick question, I don't want to hold anything up, but what they wanted today, you know, they have 2 sides and they have a 50-foot corner frontage that points out to the drive that comes through. They wanted to get 3 signs, and I didn't know if that was possible or
We
not.
can't answer that tonight.
Yeah. But anyway.
We'll-
But they only front on 2 streets, right? They front on the entrance and they
We
front
don't
on...
have time to
Into the
Yeah.
parking lot and
Yes,
over
that's
to the
not
side.
what we're here for.
But, yeah, I don't want to hold
Unless they
you.
give us a gift certificate, we can approve.
All right, so,
You could,
Okay.
One side, I think.
So-
give me a call, let me know what you're looking at, we can take a look at it for you ahead of
and you
time.
could look,
Right,
the
yeah, I
last
stopped
bill,
in-
the
I
Mexican
stopped-
restaurant was in there. Look at what we approved for them, which is about 5 years ago, probably.
There was a Mexican restaurant?
These are all on the wall.
Johnny
I
came
stopped
Yeah.
in to
Oh,
try
no,
to-
Yeah, it's been one of those days.
Cover?
Shoot me,
Johnny Cover?
you shoot me an email or
Oh,
give me
yeah,
a call
that's
and
right.
we'll get back to you on
You're
that,
right,
okay?
that's fine. Oh, you
I
know,
left my
Oh, yeah,
party.
that's the
Give me a
weird
buzz.
corner,
There's
this
Rusty
like
Scupper.
piece of in our
yeah, part of it,
Township
part of us,
and-
part of TE. So shall we make a motion?
I'd love you to make.
Okey dokey. I move that we accept DRB 1153 Club La Maison and Fitness Complex at 215 Sugartown Road as presented, with the exception we'd like the wall sign needs to be moved down to 15 feet above grade.
Right.
All right?
And if it's a wrong measurement, we'll keep it at that height, but I'll just make sure it doesn't exceed 50.
Okay.
Oh, not to exceed 15,
And any
that's better.
repairs
Thanks.
made to the
Yeah,
existing
repair
wall
to
you'll
the
take
road.
care of?
Pardon me?
Any repairs to the existing wall should, if need be, you'll take care of?
Yeah,
Power
because
washing,
we'll have
filling
those holes. We'll use a rust-colored brick mortar to
Yeah.
fill those and then drill the new holes.
I know you'll do a
Great.
good job. Yeah, good.
Oh,
Yeah, thanks.
we didn't
Thanks,
approve-
Dan.
you didn't
All right,
finish the
thank you.
approval.
See ya.
Did you second and say yes?
Oh, I'm sorry. Can we have a second?
Second.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Aye.
Second, yes.
Aye, thank you. Thanks, Dennis.
All right, who's been so patient?
Yeah, sorry.
Gosh.
Italian Jewish
All
guy
right.
patient.
Yeah.
All right, Brandywine Realty
That's
Trust, this
that's
is
a
CRB
tough combination, but
Oh, you're not
hope you had a little dinner while you were back there.
11-54 for 2 ground signs at 201 King of Prussia Road. Good evening, and we do thank you for your patience.
Let me just explain something to you. My name's Rob from Compass Sign. I've been doing this only for 13 years. When you see 16 on a list, I've been to the ones to 11:59 and they go, see you next month.
Yeah.
And
What?
Oh,
Really?
many a times. And I get up early, 3:30 in the morning, try to hit the gym, and I deal with 3 states, and most of the townships are pretty rough. This one, we've been doing work forever. No offense to Bill, I don't know him yet. Matthew was unbelievable when
yep.
he was here. It was like losing a girlfriend. I wasn't here, and I'm like,
I might have to
you
email
gotta
him.
be kidding me, because you want what you want. There are rules, but a lot of townships fight you, and we're not here to fight. And he would just, this is what you got to do, and there it is. But I think he's in Tredeffer now, because I'm like, oh, good, because that was one of our toughest ones. So, but no, thank you, and
You're getting an easy way.
Good luck with that. I don't know what he's doing.
I hope
there.
you're just as good.
I'll let him know, yeah, we'll try to be helpful.
Okay. Here's what we have. Brandywine Realty Trust, 201 King of Prussia Road.
Right.
There are 2 existing monuments. They have a problem. Their tenants want to put their name on there. Right now, they only have 2 spots. One thing that is not on this drawing, and I don't want to lie to you, behind the landscaping is a 27-inch tall skirt. So right now, the sign,
Concrete skirt or something?
no, it's an aluminum skirt.
Oh, okay.
It's just
Behind
it's
the
hidden by
hedge.
the brush.
Yep,
Okay.
the U hedge.
With the 27-inch skirt and the 3'9" area that's there now, you're roughly around 6 feet. We don't want to remove any signage. What our game plan was, we're going to build boxes in our shop that are going to sit on top, that have route it and push letters. In the field, we're going to bring out the new faces. We're going to cut out the aluminum, put the new faces in. They'll be pre-painted. The seams will be pretty clean. You'll have 4 tenant panels instead of 2. There's existing lamps. We don't have to install any new lamps that's there. The top portion that has Radnor Financial Center will have new lamps. Overall, this sign will be just about 7 feet now. Both signs sit far back.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're in the site triangle. We don't want to dig. We won't be causing any problems.
But you're allowed 8 feet.
But you're allowed
anyway.
8 feet. It's a monument
I
sign.
know, I
Oh,
just like
okay.
to, because
okay.
I didn't want you to think that we're trying to hide here.
Yeah, no, no.
Tonight, I'm like,
Oh,
God,
no.
we didn't put, well, people
We
do
got it.
that. So, and there are 2 of them, and everything will be done in the field.
Okay.
And there'll be no digging, no entrances blocked. Everything will be done from the parking lot. So,
So really, our only thing is that in the past, haven't we tried to get monument signs all to be consistent? Like they would all, you would be allowed to have your mark vary, but like all the type would be blue or something.
Well, that's fine with us, because I'll tell you, we like it where they don't let them have logos. We just want to put words, because you get the companies that want to be bigger than the other company, and then they put us in the fight, and we're like, just pick white Helvetica bold, and everybody gets it.
Don't
Or
I
whatever
hear
font
you?
that reads well. So if you tell me they all have to be the same color, I could always go back to Brandywine and let them know that. But you know how, like, ING, I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
we do their work in Wilmington. God
Yep.
forbid you don't do the orange
Yeah.
and the ball. They
Yeah.
get
But
annoyed.
you already have Ing and this renewables.
Yeah, on the bottom right now, there's ing, and I think it's blank right now. I did
Oh,
not
that's a
try-
montage? I thought that was actual.
Yeah,
You don't
we-
think Iber or whatever that is there?
We just dropped them in there to
Iberdrola.
sell the sign.
Oh,
really.
okay.
One other thing, the color is faded. We are not bringing any new colors into this. You don't see the skirt.
The aluminum's faded.
Yeah, it's been there a
Yeah,
while,
yeah.
these signs.
Yeah.
They-
So it looks more white now than aluminum, doesn't it?
Yeah, and we're okay with any color, this is just a silver chip. Brandywine, if you see Radnor,
Right.
Yes.
they have the dark. We're trying to stay close.
Yep.
Yes.
We don't want to put anything bright out there. We would probably just go with a brushed silver,
Mhm.
just to spruce it up.
Right. Well, do we want all white?
What if they went all blue? But could mean, I'm thinking, can ING keep their lion, is that a lion? If they keep
Yeah.
their lion orange and.
Oh, just do letters white?
Yeah, just have, well, I don't know, maybe it look weird because that lion's big.
Yeah.
And so is ING. Maybe Wentworth would get to have their green, and do everybody in the
That's the
Brandywine.
problem, is how do you,
Do everyone in the Brandywine Realty Trust color, even though that does, then ING gets to be their colors.
White
Oh,
might be
well,
the way
with
to
Brandywine
go.
Realty is it
It's
their
a
building?
PMS
better.
blue,
I think
it's a
white's
PMS
better, like Radnor
541.
Hotel's all white.
Yeah.
Honestly, I like what you're saying, because
What?
we really do run into problems inside and out with
Yeah.
signage, where you get so many colors, and we don't want it to look, no offense, like Roosevelt Mall.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
don't want it to look yucky, I don't know, and too much. White might work. I'll leave it up to you guys. I mean, even if you do.
You mean white with the outline like Radnor Financial has? I mean, this is really
Or
Brandywine
just white
Trust
push through
building, isn't
letter,
it?
just white
Yes.
push
They-
through letters.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's really a Brandywine Trust. I'm just trying to think what pops best for each of the tenants, but have it be consistent.
No, I don't think these signs stay on late, which is good.
Yeah, it's not
Right.
really, it's not really a residential area.
Right, and, you know,
I
I'm
would
not sure-
say-
I don't want to get in trouble, but.
Is it interior lit or something?
It's
Yeah.
internally lit. I do have junky pictures I can show you of the back of the sign. It has the lamps. This is what it looks like. We've been out here so many times refurbishing it that we're using the same electric. We'll just relamp it so that we don't have to go back.
I think it's cleaner just to be white.
Let's do white. I think it looks good. Do you want to let them do their color logos, their marks? Or just do their marks in white also?
Yeah, why not? Well, like this one won't show up, will it? The Arbordola, you can't make it all white, or you won't be able to tell one leaf from the other, or whatever that guy is.
I can't even really tell what the, oh, let's see.
I guess it's changing seasons or something, I don't know.
Iberdrola, can you do that in white? What would happen with their leaves?
That might be an issue. And ink might give,
Okay, so what if
Even if you just do the letters.
we
in
make
white.
all the text, all the letters are in white,
Okay.
and each company gets to keep their trademark?
I don't, hey, I think that's very.
Now, are you happy with the sizes on everything? I think once everything goes to white, that lion's gonna pop more than anything, but, you know.
But again, if you use the squint test, ING is,
Yeah, and you know what, that's gonna help Iberdrola, because their Iberdrola, whatever
that
that
gets
is underneath
lost.
there, that's really lost, so it's good for them, they'll have the white, they'll
I wonder how
pop.
Brandywine's going to feel losing property owners.
well,
Been
he's
dictated
gonna
to-
go back to him and see. Brandywine's done white, I know they've done white.
Okay.
Sure.
They've done white,
So
And they can
Wentworth
do
have the
blue
green
on their little
logo.
trees and the lines,
that's
so.
what you're saying.
Yeah, if we could do
White
the
letters.
Yeah.
logo, the
Yeah,
green.
do the logos
the
and
Well,
red,
I would look-
do the
I'd
logos
see
in
a
color,
mock-up
yeah.
of it, you know?
and all the copy is in
I think
white.
it'll be fine.
White reads well anyway.
Yeah, and it gives,
These guys
right,
are
I think it's a benefit to all of
They're the
them
ones
to
that
be
did
in
the-
white.
The
Oh, I
glass,
know, yeah.
glass sign out.
Yeah, I remember that. yeah.
And this
cool.
is a good
Beautiful.
spot, like you just said, it's not residential.
Yeah.
And it's on that curve. And believe it or not, I was at that building for years and never knew there was a second sign, many years. Because I always went out the one way where the light
Right.
was.
Oh,
Well, I
yeah.
remember going just to look at the signage that was going to be put on the building and having, thinking, this is hard to identify everything.
Yeah,
All right,
we're
so
not,
good.
we're not a firm believer of over-signing. This is here, we don't want to dig anything out.
Right.
Okay, so
How,
this is good.
How quickly do they want to get this done? I mean, is it,
We're so slammed on it, whatever you say, please don't let Brandywine hear that.
Yeah.
As soon as this gets approved, I'm
Right.
sure they're going to want it, but it will be at least 6 to 8 weeks.
okay. I mean, I'm just saying if he goes to Brandywine and Brandywine screams and
no.
yells, and then he can come
Yeah.
back next month. but,
Yeah, if
you
for
know,
some
of course,
reason
it
you go
backs up
back
a
to
month.
him.
Try to
they
get
don't
on the
like-
docket early next time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Advice
no,
to you.
I don't, I think we got.
But as
another
long as
thing.
they'll agree to that, I think
Yeah.
we'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
I think they're so happy about getting signage, more tenant panels on there, I think they're not going to complain.
Yeah.
Great, let's make a
So we're
motion.
basically saying logos in color, text,
Logos in color, text in white.
and white.
And I will send that to you.
And that includes Brandywine Realty at the bottom.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Was that the motion?
No,
No.
somebody needs to make a motion.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Want you, Cindy, or want me to?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, I'll wrap it up then for tonight. Make a motion that we approve DRB 11-5040, application of Brandywine Realty Trust, 201 King of Prussia Road, for the
reskinning and cleaning and refurbishing of existing monument signs, and with the condition that all text will be in white, and the businesses have the opportunity to use a color for their logo. And that includes ING and Wentworth and Brandywine and this other place here, whatever their name is. I'm not going to try it.
I second.
Okay, thanks.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Nice,
And I
thank
can
you.
mean that. You probably don't have dealings with other townships. It's,
Haven't you as an architect? Yeah, I've gone to things with, as a landscape architect where I
Yeah.
thought, are you kidding? We've argued about comparison for hours.
and you know what? It's good that you're in place with this stuff. You don't want to have crazy signs. But some of them, they fight with you. And I'm just here for the client. Whatever we get. But they just get combative. And the only place we don't do permitting is Philly. We have an expediter. Because I can go to you today, you'll say no. I can go to you on Thursday, and they'll go, oh, yeah, you can have that. And you're like, which one is
You
it?
don't want to say, so-and-so said no. No, wait, when you said Roosevelt Mall.
I just got them. I'm doing a pilot on Common Avenue.
Oh, there's Roosevelt Field in Long Island. It's a huge shopping center. Are you from New York? My husband's from New York.
Yeah, my friends are from Comac.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
No, I spend enough time there.
And the funny thing is, I met them when I lived on Maui for 7 years. We were all from other places.
I think everybody is, right? You know?
Yeah.
It's like living in
I came
California.
back. Guys, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Have a good night.
All right. Do we have any more business before the board?
No more business.
No.
Can I have a
May I
motion
move
to
that we
adjourn?
adjourn, that we adjourn?
So moved. Thank you.